Oh, hang on, hang on. Good afternoon, everybody, or good morning, or good evening, depending on where you live. Great to see you all. Hope you are also doing well. Tomb. Oh, my cat is now excited that I'm speaking. She's like, oh, he's moving, he's doing stuff. Oh, she's gone back to her heated blanket. The heated blanket is set to try to lure her into a false sense of comfort so that we can keep her from walking around on me the whole stream. But I figured, time to start cranking through some more Osboro crates. I was clearing out my furnishings from my bank, as you can kind of tell. Ruining another empty home of mine. Trying to just create more space. I might finish that here for a minute. Although I believe these items... Some of these are items that you can put in once per house. I'll just chuck these. Even though I think these housing items are really beautiful, I don't need to keep having them in my inventory. It's one of those things. Sometimes you just gotta pop the cherry and clear it all out. And I also apologize on my video. Hang on, I think it was kind of funny. Let me see if I have this scene set up. Hang on, oops. I have it set up. I don't have it set up. Alright, hang on. Windows capture. Hang on. Don't panic. Don't panic. Everyone remain calm. It's okay. You guys are going to look at whatever videos I was watching on YouTube. And apparently this also here. Get rid of that. Yeah, I don't know. Why would I have two? Why is this one off-centered? So many questions. We're not going to answer those, but I apologize for this, because I think this was actually kind of funny, unintentionally. Hang on. Sorry, I don't have a YouTube Premium. Please don't judge me. And I am blocking the furnishing items with my face. So I apologize for that. Not what my intention was when I was recording this video. You kind of see the item, mostly. You can tell this is a mammoth skull, right? Isn't that what's important, for the stream? Is you could tell that this is in fact a this is a tent, you can tell. So I apologize for that, but I'll take us back to not this scene. That's the wrong one. So I'm like experimenting with making different types of scenes. Any idea if there's a limit on just one drop or one drop per campaign? I actually am not 100% sure. I feel as though I've now gotten 2 drops. It says quantity unlimited, but the last time it says quantity unlimited, I got screwed and I only got 1. So I don't know if they even know. So I don't really quite trust it, as you can imagine. I wouldn't stick my neck out for it. I forgot that I collected this. I used to have a whole bunch of these before I started to slow sell them and throw them in the other house. Yeah, I just need that inventory space back up, as you can imagine. My inventory is a lawless wasteland where items go to be hoarded forever. I've also changed the microphone settings, so if it sounds better in a good or bad way, please let me know so that I can either be happy that I was able to fix something or cry softly at night that I broke something again. I have a tendency to break things a lot. You guys are probably wondering, oh, Jake changed his whole stream UI. Why did he do that? Well, because I broke the last one. I accidentally deleted it. So I was like, well, time to start from scratch. I've only got one so far, and it's been a couple days. Yeah, I don't know, honestly and truthfully. I have a sneaking suspicion, though, that it is not intended to be just one. But that's what I thought last time. And I'm scared to say anything different. So hello, YouTube, you little rapscallions. Why do I only see people talking on Twitch? What's going on here, YouTube? Sounds good. I apologize. I mean, I truthfully don't know the answer, and Lord only knows if the developers even know the answers. I have a sneaking suspicion that it's a glitch where they either are not giving Twitch the total amount, or there's some sort of issue with what they're putting out there for it. because this is not the first time that this has happened, and this is just feels so wrong to just throw all this stuff out here. But I need it to be like near the front, so that I can come in and see, you know, what's kind of going on. But I also need it to not be in my inventory, because I need my inventory back. As you can imagine, it's quite important. Hi Jake, Happy New Year. Thank you, Grilled Cheese. Good to see you again. And thank you for the follow, Machan06. Welcome to the Brick Squad. Or the Silly Goose Brigade, if you will, whichever your preference is. I need to make sure that I have my stuff set up, though, too, here correctly. And I'm also wondering, anyone on YouTube right now? Like, only people talking are on Twitch right now. You guys alive over there? Usually YouTube are the first ones to say things. A little scared. Let me see if I can have that little UI thing that'll tell me how many people are on each one real quick. Although usually it's like wholly inaccurate, but at least gives me an idea. Follower goal, chat box, viewer count. Here we go. Add source. And close. There we go. Sort of. Ooh. I don't have any specific plans though for today, as always. Oh my gosh, I hate the UI. It's like you click and then it's like, let me just start dragging not what needs to be dragged. There we go. Just gonna make this bigger over somewhere else and slap it down there. Boom. Things. Thank you, Mark. Now I know that it's not broken. You'd be surprised on how often things are broken, and I have no clue. You'd be it's unfortunate. Especially when you really don't know quite exactly what you're doing. Thank you, Dave the Demented, for the follow on Twitch. Welcome to everyone that's on Twitch. Obviously, Twitch, we're still trying to get up and running. I'll just keep racking up the watch time and hope they fix it. I am with you there. I'm also watching on my phone. I'm not quite sure if watching your own stream works you towards a crate, but we'll see. Happy Hogmanay, Jake. I feel like I should know what that means, and I feel silly for not knowing. Hi, is there a YouTube test? This is Grilled Cheese. Thank you, MS. I appreciate you for helping me make sure that I didn't break YouTube. Because originally, so those of you on Twitch may have seen this, I did actually go live on Twitch first, but it didn't actually translate for some reason to YouTube. So I was like, oh no, please tell me YouTube's not broken. And I'm just looking to get rid of all this stuff. Like, I love this, so much cool furniture and like little pieces. I mean, like, look, this is absolutely dope. However, I don't have any more for it in my main house. Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, I was worried, Dave. He will do it for No Man's Sky, so I don't know why it wouldn't work for ESO. What specifically? Oh, are you talking about watching their own streams for Twitch drops? Oh my gosh. I've also been trying to figure out how to add music to these streams, you know? I mean, I could sing obviously for you, but some of you probably don't like blood in your ears, so I thought, well, let's not get too carried away here. But that way there's just a little bit more ambient noise, you know? I have also tweaked the mic a little bit too, so let me know if you guys think it needs to be tweaked back, tweaked more, tweaked a little bit, you know? Yada yada. Oh, I forgot I had a tree. Huh. Well, I guess you do have trees. By the way, you know those little like briar heart things in the Golden Vendor? Somebody was saying that they make amazing Christmas ornaments. And honestly, it's a good idea. Should I be in Twitch for drops? If you would like to be, Bank Guitar. So YouTube has been trying to figure out how to do Twitch drops. I have not a clue if they've been able to figure it out. I suspect probably not. But you're obviously welcome to watch on Twitch to help get working towards it. Blood in My Ears is my favorite. Usually playing through Spotify and Party adds music, but I only ever did it via console without Streamlabs, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. My other fear too is I need to make sure that, like, you know, one, I can't have, I don't know if I can have ads play through, because like if you have like sponsors in your, so say for example like we're playing Spotify and an ad rolls, would I get in trouble for that? And then the second thing is obviously I don't want to be DMCA whatever takedown, be like, oh my god, you were listening to Katy Perry on stream, send the FBI, knock down the door. You know, that would probably be about my luck, honestly. Like I'd have this playlist set up with all this like non-copyrightable music, and I'm like, we're safe. And then like, you know, we get through the whole playlist, and then it's like, wait a minute, we're out of songs to play. Let's play some of his normal music, and then it like plays like a Katy Perry or Taylor Swift song, and then just all hell breaks loose. My YouTube would get copyright claimed, and you know everything else. They don't really have a very forgiving system, as you can quite imagine. Hi Jake, I came here from YouTube to say hello and get drops. Thank you, and thank you for the follow, Dougville. I am currently just clearing out my inventory, which I know is extremely exciting. Although, look at all this dwarven stuff, you know? It looks kind of neat. You know, this is the stuff. This is, you know, some good things. Look at this little blood vial thing. You can find DMC free playlists, but it takes a bit of looking. Yeah, that's what I was looking at too, but then I was like, I also don't want the music to be shit, you know? Like, I don't want us to sit here and be like, you know, this music kind of blows. Like, it'd be better if you just sat here and just blew gently into the mic as opposed to play whatever garbage this is. So it's a work in progress, as the kids say, but it is being worked on. And I believe that this should free up enough inventory space, although I'm going to go check my banker and see if I have made any sort of substantial progress on this. I suspect probably not. Hey man, how's it going, Peanut Butter Burrito? And thank you for the 19 of you on Twitch, as well as the 12 of you on YouTube. Actually, it's not 24 of you on Twitch. Thank you for the follow, WildKing24. Those of you who are new, we try to do the most exciting content ever, the true endgame. We are currently doing furnishing. I know that you guys are used to endgame PvE and PvP, but we do the true endgame over here, with housing. Which I suck at, unfortunately. I've never won a housing contest in my life. Alright, so I have 150 slots, and I think I have some garbage to sell. Have I freed up any slots from this man? Alright, I'm down to 335 slots. Okay, that's significantly better. I will 100% take that, because that is much more. Do I have like a lot of more? I have a ton of paintings. I mean, it could be worse though. What am I could probably start getting rid of ballistas and stuff, but honestly 100 free inventory spaces is probably enough. To kill the Dark Brotherhood in Skyrim or not, on one hand I like the extra loot from the deserve to be killed, so I get filled with this guilt that I can't overcome. Might have to start going through these. These are the boxes that I use to like easily transfer things between characters. That's what these boxes and stuff here are for. But how is everyone doing? How's it going? You guys having a great New Year's Eve? Any exciting plans? I currently don't, as you can tell, because I am streaming to Twitch, which, as you can imagine, is not the, the creme de la creme of like, of New Year's Eve plans, but it's peaceful. I went out earlier. I asked my friends, because I was like, is there anything else that you can think of that this arm, I've actually gone through 2 arms. The last one I got from Best Buy broke, so I bought this one and I've loved it. I have the LED lights. I've got random gobbledygook stuff like put in the background. I feel like I've gotten, a decent setup at this point, but if you guys have suggestions for things that I should go out and pick up, I'm open to it. I have a heated blanket for my cat. She's currently asleep on it. You can't see her, but she's right here. But other than that, I feel pretty confident. I feel like we've got a lot of the stuff. I've got audio mixed going on. The only other thing I'm trying to figure out is music. which is going to be something that I'm going to work on here. I might also fill in the socials to be a different color. That's not what I wanted to do. Ignore that. Don't panic. Cam, Mike, lead, and show off. All you're missing is a cat cam, I think. And I'm on the wrong scene. I apologize. I've like been also creating a whole bunch of scenes and things and trying to like tweak things and it's always a work in progress, you know? Although I don't know if I like the color on the socials, but I guess white kind of works. I guess it'll depend on like what I'm hovered over to. Always looking for new ways to improve, as you can imagine. Plus, I like, you know, as I get YouTube money and like money from Twitch, you know, it just feels right to like reinvest it into helping give you guys like a better quality something, you know? So that's kind of my my MO when it comes to stuff like that is it's like, well, you know, if I'm getting money for Twitch and YouTube, I should use it to, you know, invest in things. Now, granted, I still have to pay off the Mac Studio, but pff, we'll set that to the side. It'll be about 12 months before that's paid off, but if you are interested in the Twitch drops, all you have to do is switch over to Twitch. I don't know if you can do it through YouTube yet. I don't know if they've quite figured that out. I know that they're changing a lot of things. Fun fact, they're also changing the monetization scheme on YouTube and, you know, all that other stuff. And you need to come with a unique name for your channel points and add some unique redeems for them. What? This is to be very dumb. What are those? You can have us all meet in the zone, have us link our houses. That'll be fun. I mean, I'd be willing to go to somebody's house right now if you're on Xbox and A right now. I forget what I was actually about to go do. I think I was about to go Sea Skill Refuge. Whew. Sorry, watching a sleeping cat will really get you tired. That's what she wants, though. I'm not going to give in. She wants me to fall asleep so she can sit on me. But if you guys are on Xbox right now, I'd be down to come look at people's houses and whatnot. I'm still also tweaking the UI as we go. I've also been looking at Twitch bots that could be pretty good. I'm still trying to figure out which ones would be the best ones for that. I did try to find a bot that would take Twitch chat and YouTube chat and like show them to each other more seamlessly, but the bot didn't work, unfortunately. Thank you for the follow, Anarch Witch. And thank you for all the peoples on Twitch. I appreciate all you guys for stopping by. Especially as we go our Twitch presence. I think I've only had Twitch for less than 30 days, so it's really awesome to be able to really achieve as much as we have on Twitch. And it's also just fun to, you know, interact with more of you, honestly. Whew, look at the price of mundane runes. Oh my gosh. Look how they massacred my boy. Have you ever played on PCNA? Yes, I have. I played on PCNA when the game was in beta. The reason I play on Xbox is just because, truthfully, my friends play on Xbox, and you know you got to go where the homies are. So that's why I ended up making the switch over. This is such a cool looking helmet for such a set that's not really that good. Although, I don't, you'd have to really have some good shoulders and stuff to go with that, because it looks a little bit derpy when you don't have a high neck. Hi bro, how's it going, Clerk? Blackwood treasure map, that's still 10,000. I came here to launder though. I'm trying to like fix out my inventory spaces. That's been like the biggest motive time. There we go. Where is the fence? Alright, if you, by the way, if you need the Gaze of Sithis, I would make sure every day that you grab, I think it's equipment. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. To get the lead for the Gaze of Sithis, you have to do the, do you have any equipment today? I believe that's the one that you need, right? This thing was an absolute pain in the ass. I believe you only have a 20% chance for most motifs. Drops. I'm sorry, not motive drops, lead drops. So, like, if you kill a dungeon boss, you have 20% chance to get the lead that you need. If you kill a world boss, 20%. If you're talking to this lady who's nodding silently, or not, sorry, nods knowingly, you have a 20% chance. That seems like it's the majority of the drop rates, barring some. So if you haven't gotten it yet, and you are level 4 in the Dark Brotherhood, is it 4? Hang on, I feel like it actually is higher. Hello, how's it going? Shadowy Supplier. I actually can't tell what level this requires. Well, if you have this, then you want to make sure that you're getting that every day. Because if you're like me and one day you're like, wow, I really want the Gaze of Sithis, it will take you potentially multiple days to get the Gaze of Sithis. Thank you for the Twitch Prime subscription, Kavar. I apologize if I said your name wrong. I apologize massively, but thank you so much. So I want the Drakengard Berserker Shoulder from the Imperial City, 75k Telvar, ouch. Exactly. Telvar is one of those things that can be an absolute bitch to farm, speaking realistically. And it's just the things that it requires take so much too. Like, we'll go on a field trip here. So, like, you go to the Imperial City, for example, and you want to spend your Telvar, but you have to have oogles amounts of Telvar. Now, you can farm hours and hours and hours in the Imperial City, but if a world boss kills you, if a player kills you, if whoever kills you, or you just die, maybe you disconnect, like, you're going to lose half your Telvar every single time, which could be a bit annoying. Not to say that it's unfair that it takes half of it, but I feel like the rate that you get Telvar could be increased. Maybe they could go past just the 4 times multiplier. For those of you who are wondering what I'm talking about, if you look in the bottom left corner, look where I'm pointing. As you see that 1 times multiplier with that 0, as you get more and more Telvar, that multiplier will increase, but only to a certain point. And then once you're there, you know, you're at it, and then if you get murdered, you know, you get murdered. Generally, though, this is what they're referring to. And unfortunately, too, these are character bound, which is odd. Why does it need to be character bound and just not bound? But potato, potato, I guess. It doesn't make a lot of difference. Because I believe now motifs like these will still translate across all characters. And you can see they look relatively cool. I just don't quite fully understand why they made certain decisions. But generally, if you want to turn your Telvar to gold, you just want to pick up some of these Hajaku runes. For the love of all that is holy, though, please combine these with Akutas. Hey, man, I'm sorry I gotta do this to you, but I gotta lurk. That's okay, X1. I appreciate it. These Hajaku runes are definitely the way to go. The other options you could do, too, is you can buy some of the sets here. It's just generally not nearly as good. For example, you could buy certain things in the Impen trait. By the way, the Phoenix set used to be absolutely broken. The Phoenix set, I used to love this set on PC. This set, when you take damage, this is what it used to do. When you died, you basically came back to life 1 free time, which is broken. Because that means that, say you're in like a trifecta run, like a dungeon or something, like you're trying to do Fang Lair, basically every minute you'd have a free, you know, oh, I fucked up, but I get to be alive again. I miss that set so much. I understand why it was taken out, but it was just so cool. It was so cool that you could basically just, like, you know, fuck around and miss, you know, miss a one-shot mechanic. You'd be like, oopsie poopsie, and just go back on with your day. It was so nice. But unfortunately, it's not good anymore. Now, if you are needing them, I recommend the coffers, though. So you're going to want to talk to, I believe it's this person over here. And then you're going to want to roll for coffers. I believe Powerful Assault is the best one. if you were to average how much money you were to get per coffer, I think Powerful Assault is probably the best, because there are some Powerful Assault things that are worth like stupid amounts of money. Thank you for the follow, Nikix. Or Nix. So if you needed money for your Telvar, go get this. And also, I'll show you a secret. I'll show you a piece of forbidden knowledge that, you know, they won't tell you these days, that I put in like half my videos because I think it's so important to the success of like living in the Imperial City. So say you're just, you know, some la-di-da, like little, you know, little fruit who's like got all this Telvar, and you're being chased by like 50,000 goons, and you're running and you're crying and you're like, oh my god, help, help, I'm down, I'm out, oh my god, I'm gonna die down here. What you could do is just quickly, you just go in, you queue for any Cyrodiil campaign, you wait, and then you just let the notifications go, hit accept, and then you're in. You're out of the Imperial City. You don't have to go all the way back around to the entrance. You don't have to do any of that other mumbo jumbo. You can just do that trick, and you'll be good. And thank you, by the way, for following for over Nix from YouTube. I appreciate it. Was there another way to get them a while back? Are you talking about Telvar, or what were you talking about specifically, Orange? Were you talking about Powerful Assault, or were you talking about just Telvar in general? This also works, by the way, in reverse. Like, say, for example, like, you lost the keep, and you're, like, over here in Vlasteris, and you're like, man, I want to get the hell out of here. You can queue for the Imperial City in the exact same way. Like, say I was like, you know what? I'm out of here. Just do the same thing again. And then, boom. You're out. And what's really nice is if you leave this way, the actual exit door from the Imperial City is like right here. And then you just leave. The Dragon Guard style pages. I feel like there was. I'm trying to remember what you could do back in the day to get them. But I feel like they were also more common back in the day. I don't know what it was. My Chromebook is just freaking struggling here. I got my Chromebook up so I can see YouTube chat, because for whatever reason YouTube chat is always just huffing along. Twitch always seems to just run much more smoothly. I don't know what it is about YouTube. Also, the stream itself is in 1080p, and when I watch on Twitch, it's like, boom, 1080p, here you go, sir. When I watch on YouTube, it's like, oh, we gotta run this at 480, you know, just to be safe. And I'm like, you don't have to run it at 480 here, my dude. You can put it on HD, you'll be alright. I got 60 frames, you know, we'll be okay. Really transparent. I don't even know if I know everything that's in those chests. So there could be things, too, that I'm just completely unaware of there. Maybe the scamps, too, could also be involved in getting them somehow, too. Also wanted to see is my girl Isabel. See what level she is. Did someone call for a knight? I did. It's absolutely best companion right here. I think, yeah, she's only level 16. I still need to level her up to 20. Which I'll have to do at some point. Maybe something we do now, too, honestly. Although I don't know how extract... Oh, I have to do my freaking... I keep forgetting the New Life event is going on. I am an absolute dum-dum. I keep forgetting that it's the New Life event. And that I should go get these event tickets. Thank you for putting me... Or, thank you for putting it... Oh my god. Oh, hang on. My brain is having an aneurysm. I'm sorry, Nix. Thank you for putting on to making a shit ton of gold selling Frostbite. No problem. I always try to suggest things that I think will be good, because while I could read an Xbox patch or a PlayStation patch or console patches and updates and stuff, I always try to think like, well, you know, how will this affect the economy? Because yes, it is very cool, all the stuff and patches that they gave to wardens, and I think, oh, that's, you know, that's great. But for those of us who are actually like, you know, don't play wardens, it's nice to know, like, you know, this is going to be something that's real valuable. Crafting question. I've been collecting modus on various characters and just learned from one of your videos I should have been doing this on my main crafter. Am I out of luck, or can I just recollect them so my main character can do the achievements are character wide, so that no longer applies. So if you have a motif on one character learned, you have them on another character. For example, I could make a level 3 character right now and then pull out and have the ability to use outfits that I've unlocked on all of them. Did not used to be that way, but it is like that now. And I'm sure you're probably watching an older video where that was probably more so the case. By the way, this is actually an overworld event. I always think that's kind of cool that, I mean, Reed came in just as it was ending, but there's a little overworld event type things that you can kind of run into, which I think is pretty neat. I thought about doing a video on it, but it's kind of like, doesn't really give you anything that's like super phenomenal, and they're not like something that you can easily like spawn, but they're, you know, kind of neat. I think they need more stuff like they did in Skyrim, where you're like, you know, running down the road and then some dude is like, stop right there, you know, I'm sticking you up, and you're like, whoa, 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 let's calm down here, you know, I'm only level like 80 and, you know, a dragonborn, and have like killed Mirak, and I'm also a vampire lord and a werewolf at the same time. Like, you're not that guy, pal. Great news, thanks. Yeah, no problem, grilled cheese. And don't forget to do these quests, because I've probably missed so many days of doing these just because I forget that the New Life event, I feel like it's just because it's the holidays and like days don't feel like normal days, but it just feels like it's like this event has just gone on like significantly longer. Or it could just be because I got all the stuff that I needed from it like completed, that I was kind of like, eh. Ooh, this is a juiced pack here. I've also like been half tempted. I'm like, do I want to save these? I don't think I want to do them because I'm not getting anything from doing them, and I'm probably losing gold by doing them because I'm paying mundane runes at Heartwood to do these. But I'm like, should I sell them next year? But then I'm like, do I want to waste the inventory space? These are the types of things that you kind of like weigh up when I like get stuff like this at the end of an event. But then too, if you remember, like at the beginning of the event, these things were selling like 5 to 10k each, so you could buy these for like 100 gold now. But then it's like, do you want to hold on to like 100 of these for 365 days? But then if you did, you're spending like 5k gold to make 500,000 gold, and these are all the things that I think about when I'm like merching. However, as someone who's desperate for inventory space, the answer will be no, that I will not be storing these over a longer period of time because I just can't afford it. I'm actually going to go grab some more water real quick, so keep my cat occupied while I go grab this water. Be right back. I actually got something too from Walmart earlier. So, by the way, all of the holiday cookies are on sale, including the sugar cookie. So, if you live near Walmart, all of the holiday, like Christmas cookies are half off, and they don't even go bad until January 17th. Although, these are like the best cookies ever. So, the fact that they ain't lasting until the 17th, but if I could give you any real life advice, it's that after any like major holiday, Walmart will start putting their like holiday stuff on sale, and that includes food. So if you need easy stuff to get, go ahead and go grab that. And I'm a little embarrassed to admit that I did go to Walmart, but it's, slightly worth it. Just for that. But unfortunately, I usually go to Target, but Target doesn't usually have everything that I need, sadly. Alright. What should we do today, fellas? What questions or ideas or things that you guys have that I can help with while I'm here, chit-chatting with you guys? What can I do to help? What questions can I help answer? We're here. We're got the whole squad here, the midday / mid-afternoon, mid-morning weekend crew on a Saturday. What could we do? There was a quest I saw earlier. And over. What region are you guys all from, by the way? Like, are you guys North America, East Coast, West Coast, European, Australia, New Zealand, Africa, Asia, South America, North America, Antarctica? What am I missing? Is that everything? I feel like it. Maybe that is everything. Europe says Iphilia, PC, or I'm sorry, NC USA. North Carolina, that's what NC means. For my brain had a mental conniption. And then Megan's from Ohio. Kaif is from East Coast, New York City. I am also from the East Coast. And I am from Pennsylvania. Scotland, says Dave, although I probably could have guessed that based on what he said earlier. That would have been a good educated guess at that point. From New York, but live in North Carolina, Ohio. Hi there, says Raperior. Welcome to the stream. We're just trying to get a gauge for where everyone is. UK. I guess this is my second question. So for those of you who live abroad, do you play on the NA servers? And then those of you who live in America, do you play on the European servers? Do you guys usually play on the servers that you're from? Do you guys just have more friends on one server type versus another? Because I've noticed that personally, I have a lot of friends that are from Europe, but they play on the NA servers. Can I really not use this while mounted? That's very sad. And that's logging out. Oh, by the way, tonight we're gonna see what our January rewards are. Just PCNA here. I guess I could ask too, where of ever heard of Kent Chinawana? I have not. Also, it looks like your thing was deleted. Where did it go? Tools. There we go. Boom. We now have double XP. I don't have my buff showing right now because I tried to keep my UI clean. So we'll just assume that it's going to be active, for this time period. Always play on EU. And I've heard that it helps if you play EU and then you're on the EU servers. That way you're not in a situation where you're constantly DCing and whatnot. It probably helps connection wise, but I do wish that you could take your characters at least over from NA to EU. I understand why they don't. Have a lot of Aussie friends on the NA server. I've heard that a lot of people do. Oh, there's a little thing over here. Did anybody see this? I play on Xbox NA and EU NA because one of my friends when I started, but this year it's been quiet on NA. So I plan on EU and building up CP there. It also depends on the time zones that you play on too. Because if you are European and then you're on the other servers, then it's kind of well, where's all the peoples at, and we're probably sleeping. It's when I stream, sometimes I'll recognize most of you, then other times I'm oh, this is a whole bunch of people I've not seen before, It solely can depend on the time of day, really, which I think is kind of neat, honestly. That's why I always try to pick different time zones. At some point I'll hopefully be able to make an official schedule. That way it's not a mystery, when's Jake going live, Ooh. You know, who knows? Ah. What's good crafted set for making training gear? So I personally, Heartland is the #1 training gear set because you can get the double piece from it when you're so Heartland, what it does is it doubles the effect of your weapon trait, which will be training, so you actually get an added training effect. As far as the other set, it could be a lot of things. I prefer Twiceborn just because regardless of what type of character I'm leveling up, having the ability to do 2 Mundus Stones can just be pretty helpful. So I think Heartland Conqueror and Twiceborn is a pretty good combination, but I mean, there's sets like Order's Wrath that are just, you know, beastly with how much damage output they could do. It also depends, like, are you making it just for one character? Is it going to be universal? Because that's kind of what I have it is. It's almost like a universal level up set. I use it even for PvP, so that can kind of play a role too. So things to keep in mind. Another thing too to keep in mind is, do you even need training gear? Because a lot of people, like, so you have to consider what you're getting XP from. So like, for example, I have a friend who levels up through Battlegrounds and he's wearing training trait. Well, not to burst anyone's bubble, but that doesn't actually give you more XP when you do that type of content. Have you heard of Camp Chinawan? It's in Pennsylvania. I used to work there. I don't think I've ever heard of that before. Which part is that in, Willie? Universal going for more CP. I would say, I mean, I would go at least Heartland, but then you could go honestly anything else, just depending on what you're kind of doing. Alright, let's finish this Mad Lad. I guess I could also use like an XP scroll too. For those of you who are wondering, so how companion XP works, your companions get a fraction of the XP that you yourself get. Why they didn't just code them to give them the same number, I have no idea. But they get a fraction of the XP you get, so by you getting more XP, they also get XP. But I will show you here real quick why I love Twiceborn so much. Let's take a little field trip here. Take a field trip to the old crafting lands. If you're not in a guild, by the way, that has one of these, you need to be in a guild that has one of these, because these are very, very helpful in general to getting stuff that you need. Like, having a guild hall that has all this stuff in it is amazing. Oh, Isabel says on the move. I mean, she's gone. Alright, so here you can see, like, look at all this. It's got all the sets. Ooh, and the Mundus Stones and the dummies. But, so for example, I don't know my ABCs very well. Oh, here we, oh, boom! Look at this. Alright, so we don't want to do by quest only. You can see increases the effectiveness of your traits by 100%. So if you were to slap this bad boy into training, and then you had this on your weapon, boom, you're gonna get double your training trait. Or spend 10 months grinding like a madman to make your own guild hall. I don't think I have the strength to do that. Plus, I also, this is a hot take, I don't like how these look. Like, I wouldn't want one of my houses to look like this. Like, I like when you guys come to my house and you're like, oh, it looks so scenic. Not that this isn't beautifully laid out, but like, that's all that this house can be because of the slot caps. Like, how many of these things it takes up, you know, you're never going to be able to use this house for anything pretty, in my opinion, sadly. So, Twiceborn. Oh, I'm so... Listen, I would pass the field sobriety test right now if I had to take one. So, you can see you can have 2 Mundus Stone boons active at the same time, which means that if you were, like, leveling up a Magicka character, you could give yourself, like, total Magicka spell damage, and then if you switch to a Stamina character to level up with, you could do total stamina, weapon damage, or something along those lines. That's why I think this is such a great universal set to use. Plus, it gives you health, mag, and stam, which with the hybridization, I mean, you kind of are going to use all of those anyway. So overall, it's just really nice to have like those stats. So that's kind of what I would go with if I was in your shoes. But you know, you could do a lot of things. There's other good sets too that you could use here too, like a set that I can't think of the name of. Order's Wrath, that's the one. The amount of damage output that thing does for being a crafted set is just ridiculous. Let me clear out my inventory too. I think they're going to have to adjust crafting sets soon just because of the amount of them. I'm hoping they can build, or they can add a writ item and call it consolidation of all the stations just like into a mini workshop. That'd be kind of neat. I don't know if they would do that or not, because this is like, these things always help stimulate the economy in that it's very helpful to like for example, like if they release something in the Crown Store that acted as like a multi-attunable station, like that could kind of destroy like the whole writ vouchers market somewhat, and that like these wouldn't be as popular because the amount of help that these things put out makes selling writs, like the actual writ vouchers, so profitable. So taking it away could be a little bit risky. Northeast Pennsylvania, Poconos. Oh yeah, I know where the Poconos are. Be like rioters in the streets. Although, like, hot take, there's really not a whole lot in the Crown Store that I think is very good. It's probably a little bit too hot of a take for 4:10 p.m. But I had this conversation yesterday with one of my friends. Like, see, I had 10,000 crowns right now. I don't think I'd buy anything. These are really the only things that ever tempt me. But I didn't buy the other one with the skulls on. I don't know if that's still in here or not. So, like, that's where I'm kind of like, like I'm not interested in that. You know, the furnishing plan for the Chapel of Zenthar is, you know, neat. You know, I already have a house. Not interested in any pets. Not interested in any of this other, like, fruity stuff. And not really interested in these motifs and buying them like this. Well, I could go and earn them. So, the only thing that I really think are even good in here is honestly the merchant and the banker. I don't think any of the other ones, and this is just like multiple different bankers and assistants, like you only need one of them. Because like, as far as like, I don't need to use the armory like on the go, and I don't really care about, you know, the ability. Where's the other one? The ability, the deconstructing one. I don't really need that either. Did you say no? 410. I'm sorry, 93. But that's like, if you're like into like getting into like the Crown Store and you're like using your ESO Plus crowns, like that's where I would look. Hi Jake Clips, Happy New Year. Happy New Year's to you also, Shirley. That's where I would look, is in the upgrades, because like it's about anything I think that's good. I mean, if you don't have like ESO Plus, like the classes can be good, but that's only 1,500. And then like, don't buy the bank space upgrades or the space upgrades from here. Please just buy them from a bag upgrader. These pets can be good for 1,200 crowns. You're getting 5. Is if you have like 50 characters, or you know, the maximum amount of characters, these things can be really helpful. But other than that, I mean, if you were like, you know, didn't want to like take the time to, you know, go around and get skill points, you could buy like the sky shards. But I don't know. What do you guys usually get if you guys get something from the Crown Store? I don't really also like crown crates. Just like speaking realistically of this. Yeah, this like armor or weapon style just didn't do anything for me. Someone's letting off fireworks already. They must be on the booze already. Well, you are in the United Kingdom. That's probably one of your guys' #1 exports. I don't know. What would you guys get? So say you had 10,000 crowns right now. House guests and furnishing packs. The only thing I don't like about the furnishing packs is you can just get this stuff like for 750 crowns. Like, you can get all these items for like a couple hundred gold, you know. Like, there are some that I think are definitely worth better, but I also craft most of my own furnishings. I mean, I guess like this could be kind of cool, like the Bazin Loss, and the Ethereal Well. Maybe that's what I would get. I did buy this for gold at one point too from somebody selling crowns. So have I missed a lot already? No, I've only been live for how many minutes? 52 minutes, 53 minutes. Not a whole lot going on, you know, just chit-chatting, you know, talking about the Crown Store currently. In all fairness, it's usually the unique furnishings. Okay, I'd give you that. Oh, look, it's that chick that I was talking about as being, like, who I think is going to be, involved. I wonder if she says anything. Yeah, I'm gonna turn the volume up real quick, see if I can hear her. That's the wrong remote. Where's the remote I need? My cat is always moving remotes around. Because I am like 100% certain that I think she's involved in the next DLC. Your ability to... Saint Alessia founded. Thanks for the follow, Tombed Gaming. I finally caught Jake in a stream. Yes, you did, Nana Heather. I'm just wondering, did she say anything? I'm curious as to if she says anything like different. I'll show you my I'll show you some house guests. I feel like she has to be involved in the next major chapter update. She was so big in Blackwood. And if they're going to go on like another 3-year, multi-year story arc, like, you have to involve her. Like, she's been huge. So you can have like assistants out. You can set them on walking paths too, which is what they're on, but she's set to be here the majority of the time. Then I've got the banker. Then I've got this little person. You know, I mean, it just kind of adds like more life to your house, you know. Do any DLCs always hit the Crown Store when they are released? Always hit these. So dungeon packs, yes. I believe. So the newest chapters, I don't believe do. I believe the newest chapters always hit like the Xbox store. There's a difference between a DLC and a chapter. I'm drawing a blank on where chapters are stored. Chapters? It's got to be in collections, right? Stories, chapters. All right. So whenever a chapter is no longer the newest chapter, so say like next year we have like the, you know, the Jake Clips chapter update, then High Isle becomes a DLC. But say, for example, in Q1 they add a DLC dungeon, then that would be a DLC, not a chapter. So the newest chapter is always in the actual Xbox store, whereas the DLCs are not. Like, dungeon pack DLCs are not. and all the old chapters become DLCs, and then they get swept into ESO Plus, if that makes sense. So like by getting ESO Plus, you get everything except the newest chapter. Although the majority of time you will end up buying a chapter, just because like when ESO is out, like the game will usually be bundled into whatever the newest chapter is. So if you bought ESO at some point, you may already have either this DLC or this chapter or some of the old DLC already unlocked, and you don't lose that either. So if you bought High Isle, you'll always have High Isle even after it becomes a DLC and is no longer a chapter. Like, for example, when I came to Xbox, I believe Vardenfell was out, so I ended up getting Morrowind when I bought that actual disc copy back in the day, as opposed to, when I switched from PC to Xbox. If that makes sense. Which means that I always own it. Even if my ESO Plus gets canceled, I'm kicked out on the street, all hope is lost in the world, I will always have the Vardenfell expansion, which kind of sucks because Vardenfell is now free anyway, so you will all have the Vardenfell expansion. And for those of you who didn't know that, because I didn't know that for a while, yes, Vardenfell is in fact free. All you have to do is navigate your little silly self over. I think it's in DLCs. Probably skipping over it. Just bear with me. DLCs. You can see that it's also not the only free one either. Imperial City is also free, and Morrowind is free, so you can actually grab both of these for free, which is neat. I bought the collector's edition the other day on Xbox for $26. Do you know? Actually, I could probably look. Don't judge me for playing Modern Warfare 2. It's for Warzone 2. I promise I'm not one of those people. I hate it. But let us search Elder. I want to go to the store. You got the one for $26. This is not this, whatever. Not what I was wanting. Is that on sale for $60? Is that what I just saw? Savages. Alright. Add-ons. Where's the other versions of this? Well, this is probably the one that you bought. So you got this, which I apologize because my face is blocking for all of you. But this, it gives you Tamriel Unlimited, which, yeah. You get the High Isle upgrade, the Blackwood upgrade, the Blackwood CE content, Greymoor. So this gives you the old chapters. So you will always have the old ones. So you have Morrowind, Somerset, Elsewhere, Greymoor, Blackwood, High Isle. So you have all those. What you also have, by the way, are CE treasure map content for both High Isle and Greymoor, because you bought this. I know that you guys can't see this. I could probably try to switch you guys around. Hang on. There you go. You guys can see it a little bit better now. So what I would suggest too is do those treasure maps like pretty quickly, because they are generally worth a lot. Even those High Isle maps are worth a lot of gold. And so you could either sell the treasure maps, or what I would suggest is go actually loot them, because you might get something that's worth like a lot of money. Now, if you prefer the straight gold and you don't want to risk it, obviously you could, just sell the maps. But both of those maps for both Blackwood and High Isle are really good. I also did not know that this was on sale. This is actually a really good deal. So, like, if you guys wanted to get all the chapters, like, this is a pretty good one. What does this one give you? So is this just everything except the CE upgrades? Yeah, so this is just the CE upgrades. Missing that one. This one's just High Isle, and this one's just the base game. That's a really good deal. And you get the collector's edition packs too for Morrowind and Somerset. Huh. I think that gives you a couple mounts and non-combat pets also, I believe. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm not saying that correctly. It's 7:22 a.m. here in Australia. I'm having my breakfast and watching you. So it's already actually over New Year's in Australia. Let me switch us back here to the traditional live stream. But yeah, that's what's in there. So yeah, I would definitely suggest that you guys do that. Year 3 mega bundle pack. Oh, that's because that's what they did in that year. Like what? These are the games I have on my Xbox, by the way. I'm just gonna out myself and show you guys the games that I play. These are the games that I own. It's very limited, as you can see, but this is the focus. Solaris is probably one of the best strategy games if you're ever on Xbox. Obviously, ESO. Call of Duty is just one of those games that I suffer through with friends. Surviving the Aftermath's a pretty cool survival-like strategy game. Bannerlord 2 is a really fun medieval simulator. And No Man's Sky, I think, is just such a fun exploration game. Fortnite is admittedly more fun than I would like to admit. I apologize. It's just really fun. And then Medieval Dynasty is another really cool Game Pass game. It's almost New Year's in Western Europe. Yeah, I guess it would be, huh? It's not right even close to that yet on in America yet. 74 says it's 9:25. My math is correct. In the UK. Who's talking to me? What the heck? Is that the banker that said that? Isabel is just forever telling me that she's on the move. Hopefully she's taking a break. She's been moving for a long time now. Let's see too how we're doing on the old Twitch charts here. It's always so cool to see like how we compare, the people and whatnot. How are we doing? Here we are. Woo! 32 viewers. I never quite understand like what makes people go up. Also, like, is this even ESO? My nerd is showing. Looks like a guy singing. Interesting. I never quite understand the Twitch algorithm. I don't really even understand the YouTube one. It's just always just neat to kind of like take a look at it every so often. I'm also gonna take my sock off real quick. Don't judge me. It's 12:25, or not 12:25, 10:25, in Sweden. What I forgot to ask this when I was asking what countries you're from. What consoles do you guys play on? You guys primarily on Xbox? I believe the majority of my viewers play on Xbox, but that's also probably could just be confirmation bias, just because a lot of people will just stop by and say hello to me on Xbox. So I'm like, oh, the majority of them must therefore be on Xbox. Because, if they send me Xbox messages, so they're here. What is your guys' primary stuff? And then, or do any of you guys cross-play between any of the other stuff? Xbox, but I do have PlayStation for Final Fantasy 14. Nice. I really want to visit Sweden. Looks so lovely. However, is it true you get seriously long daytimes and night times depending on the time of year? Turner is also from Xbox. I had a feeling that it would be a lot of Xbox. I'm using iMac. There you go. I've played on everything but finally switched to PC and staying there. Ooh, what made you do the switch? PlayStation MA is where grilled cheese is from. PCNA, but I'm on the East Coast, the US. Xbox is where Mark is also from. PCNA only, Aaron. I wish I could afford a PC, for fuck's sake. Says X1. PlayStation EU. I wish I could get Final Fantasy 14. Heaven there, thank you for the follow. I've seen a lot of Final Fantasy. I'll be the first one to admit that Final Fantasy confuses me. Like, I don't really quite understand what's going on. Nana Heather is from PC NA and EU. Jake is from Xbox NA. All good stuff. Oh, cool. Oh, we got another Xbox NA from Crislow. Good to see you on stream. Just keep flicking my eyes between Twitch and YouTube chat. I keep clearing out my full ass inventory too. What? Just give it away. That's actually hilarious. Your profit would be 0 if you can you list it for 2? You could list it for 2 and make a profit. We'll do that then. Just give it away. Thank you for the follow, Elk707. I like watching another console player without all the PC add-ons. That's very fair. I don't have like things that tell me where like the whole world is. I wonder if anyone needs an Alakir treasure map for 100 gold. Betnik ones are usually a little bit better. I still have to go do these high isle treasure maps too at some point. Just, you know what? I'm gonna do the high isle treasure maps. I don't know exactly where though I have to go for these. Let's see. So I have 4 and 5. Hang on. And I just knocked my mouse over. That's embarrassing. 1 second. Let's do this here. That's the wrong keyboard. Hang on. High Isle treasure maps. If you, by the way, are looking for your CE maps, they will be different than these ones here, but I would suggest that you do those too. As you can see, they're listed in different spots, but so we need 4 and 5. All right, let's switch this back here. I need Gala maps. The drop rates for the leads from them is appalling, though. Oh yeah, I think it's 20%, but I mean, like that's pretty low, especially because those treasure maps are worth like oogles amounts of money. Where was it in relation to this way shrine? It's like over here. Never doubt that your treasure maps are like not worth anything though. That's like one of the biggest mistakes I feel like I see a lot of people make, is they're like, you know, treasure maps, measure maps, and I'm like, some treasure maps can be worth like more than like most things. Even if the game is like, hey, you pre-ordered, here's some free treasure maps, like even those treasure maps, you know, would be worth a lot. I like the VIX. Oh, Final Fantasy 14 promotional art style, but don't like the actual gameplay, so now we'll probably never play it. I just get confused as to like what's going on. I did play a Final Fantasy game as a kid. It was on my Nintendo, and it was like a turn-based strategy game, and I never quite understood what was going on. Cheapest I found for Gala maps is 110,000, and that's probably the cheapest you're going to be able to find. Shout out to Mad Rabbit Gaming for the treasure map locations. Is that what I'm using, or are you just shouting him out? I'm using the wiki, but good for him too, because I hate finding treasure maps. Although, I don't know from here. I guess I could look at the actual map like you're supposed to. Alright, so, oh god, that doesn't help. There's gonna be a pillar on the left. Oh, there's so many pillars though. I thought that would be like an actual clue. Imagine being like the first person to find a treasure map location. You'd be an actual god. I'm sure people data mine it though, if I'm being completely honest. So you got a half pillar And like a little broken tree plant. Oh. I missed somebody's direct message. There we go. Alright. Sorry. I live in fear that I'll miss people's direct messages. And they'll think I'm mean because I don't answer. But really, it's just because I'm sleeping. Or, like, right now, my face is blocking the screen, as you guys pointed out when I was doing the furnishing review. I wonder if it's, like, below this guy. I almost feel like last time I ended up having to kill this guy. Because I've done this before. What noise did that guy just make? What in the world? Like up here? No. This is horrible. Thanks for the drop. No problem. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to both you, Karen, and Shirley. What would really make my day is like, where in the world is this stupid thing? There should be like a little plant in a bush. And that should direct me in the way that I need to go. Oh, it's right here. It also doesn't help that it's nighttime. But, you know, what could you do? There we go. Hidden treasure. And we got a lead. It's the bow, which I don't remember if that was a good one or not, but that's why you do these, is you get these leads that are worth, like, a lot of money. You can also get companion gear from these two, I believe, at a higher rate. So that can also make these, like, well worth the adventure into, well, like we were just doing, running around aimlessly looking for this treasure map location. So now I need number 4, which, oh my gosh, is not going to be in a fun spot. I think I remember, though, where it is, kind of, because I think I've picked it up before. We'll go grab that here next and pray for the best. Let's see what we got. These roads here don't seem very well maintained. Like, you're supposed to chop the tree branches off, you know, and the branches when they go over the roads, my guys. Oof. Horrible trail maintenance. Everyone into becoming druids. We need these people to appreciate the woods, not fear them. That's kind of funny. You just inadvertently turn everyone into a druid. Vextra Life maps are pretty accurate. I think if I remember correctly, it's in here somewhere. It's like, oh, boom. Thank you for the description, Dongalang Wu. And we got the boots. So we got 2 leads that are worth actually doing. We will scry these up, because if not, I will 100% forget. So I'm going to do that real quick, because I will completely do it. Thanks for yesterday. How do I get the drop from Twitch to Xbox? I think I can show you that. Thank you for the follow. A Distant Death. So if we were to go to this, and we're going to go to Twitch. So my Twitch is not linked. We're just gonna pick a person, and you can see right here Osboro crates, view details, right? So we're viewing the details, and then you'll see how to do it. And then right here you can see where it says connection. So you have to then connect your accounts together. Mine are already connected, so I can't click this, but what it'll do is it'll have you log back in, basically. And then it'll be like, hey, you know, log back into your Xbox account, or if you play on PlayStation, log into your PlayStation account, or link it through if you have a ZeniMax account. Like, you basically just connect the things together. And then once you've gone through that process, you can then claim it and then get yourself an Osburo crate, if that makes sense. And like 99% of like ESO streams are gonna have these active. You could tell though, because right away it'll pop up. Like, so like if we click, it'll pop up in this top right corner over here, and then you can view details, and then boom, you got all your stuff. And you can see like all the stuff and things. Take me back. Oh, that's the wrong thing. All right, there we go. Oh God, 0 people on YouTube. Oh, there it is. Like, oh no, we're bleeding people. Alright, so I gotta scry these bad boys up before I forget. I've actually gotten the ones before. Thank you for the follow, a Raven. Good to have you join the old squad. If you have questions or anything, by the way, to anyone that's new or anyone that's watching, feel free to ask. I'm not doing anything groundbreaking at the moment, so if you guys need me to go show you something or help, let me know. I have them connected, but don't see the crate in Xbox. So I believe if you're not seeing it on Xbox, I would just make sure that, I'll have to show you once I load it. Make sure if you go to options, an account, I'm not going to click it because I don't want everyone to see my email address, but if you click this, make sure that those things are linked together. Thank you for the follow, Iron Pridex. So click account and make sure that's also linked, because sometimes it's not just linking your ZeniMax account, it's also making sure that you're signed in on there also. And then I'm going to go pick this bad boy up. Also have my lemonade too. I bought a lemonade earlier, and then wasn't quite sure why. I was just really thirsty when I was leaving. I think it was Target, and I was like, yeah, I'll just get this lemonade. Never drank it, just threw it in the fridge. The stuff that I get at Target are also pretty random. Like, for example, I was like, let me get me some shampoo. I need some new air freshener. Need some cheese. Oh, let me grab this t-shirt. Looks pretty cool. So I bought like the most random assortment of things, and I just threw it all in the same bag. I was like, I'm sure the cheese won't really rub off on the t-shirt or anything. I will be fine. And I always start, by the way, in the middle, and then I just pick a direction, and you can kind of see it's either up this way, or over here. So then I would just guess another direction. And then you just kind of keep doing that. So you can see our line of thinking is it has to be within this, then it has to be within this, and then it has to be within this, so then we went up, and then boom, we've located the item. I usually just spam the normal thing to get it out. I don't do the shovel and stuff because it's fine, a little bit faster, but there we go. All right, so we got the boots. Hey, pretty neat. These things I think are still worth like around 100,000 gold. I think the bow's worth a little bit less. Thank you for the follow, GXEH. Welcome. Thank you for all those new people on Twitch. We're actually now at 40 active Twitch viewers, which is actually really cool. Second day catching you live. This is cool. Good to see you, Lone Wolf Survival. We just picked up 2 rare motifs in a row from doing our High Isle treasure maps, which is your reminder. If you have CE treasure maps from any DLC zone, you need to go open them. You need to open them. Now, this isn't a request. I'm demanding that you go open them. Imagine having treasure maps that could give you like crazy amounts of gold. You're just keeping it in a bank. That was also me, by the way. So like you guys could also totally be like, Jake, I've seen a lot of your videos, and those High Isle maps have been there for a while. And yeah, they have been there for a while. I think I picked them up on stream during the High Isle event. Somebody listed them like stupid cheap, and I was like, well, I can't resist that. And then I never did them. Also, if you're just tuning in, this is a reminder that if you go to your local big box retail store, a lot of the Christmas stuff is half off, including the sugar cookies. So go out and get yourself some half off baked goods. For those of you who don't know, I used to be a Walmart employee. You know, times were not always great. and that was one of the biggest things that you could do is like day after Valentine's Day, where there's like freaking like so much baked goods and candy out there. It'll go up to it'll start at like 50% off, and by the end it'll be up to like 90% off. And like it's just chocolate. Like I'm sure that like there's the, you know, the thought of like eating out of like a little, you know, Valentine's Day heart, you know, by yourself is, it could be a little bit sad, but then you just think about how much money you're saving and you're like, psh, it's not it's not sad at all. Hi Jake, I'm on a level 44. How to use and keep weapons when I reach 160. So my Walmart removes everything. No candy cookie cells. It's gone on opening. What? What do they do with it? Throw it away? Do the associates buy it? That's ridiculous. Because when I used to work at Walmart, that was a big problem. Associates would buy like all of the things before customers would. Like you wouldn't think that that would be as big as a problem as it is, but it happened quite a lot. So what I would say too is that as you level up, like sets won't be as good anymore. But say for example, you're using the Affliction Battle Axe, right? You'll still be able to get it from the sticker book with transmutes. So if you do get a very rare weapon or something, excuse me, you'll still be able to get it and use it in the future. So I wouldn't worry too much about, you know, what you're using now and what you're getting and what you're binding to the sticker book and all that other mumbo jumbo. Don't worry about that. The other thing too is you can, so say for example, like you want to get rid of something, like you can deconstruct it and it'll put it in the sticker book too. So you have a lot of options when it comes to like how you want to save your stuff. But what I would do is as stuff becomes less good, just deconstruct it, because then you get your crafting resources, you get yourself a little crafting XP, you know, which could be really good for you. You know, it's always good stuff to have. I'll put this behind my back too. Whew. The back is hurting. I still can't believe that you're at Walmart. Oh, look, we have our little goat. I forgot we had the goat out from yesterday's stream where we were looking at the non-combat pets. Look at this. Isn't that adorable? Like, if you were in a trial, right, and somebody had this out, would you yell at them? Like, I mean, come on. Like, if you were Nephis and you were running, you know, your little, you know, trials and whatnot, would you yell at somebody for having a goat out? Like, don't you have a heart? Prime OZZZ says, just don't sell it, it won't get bound. That is true. Unless you sell it to an AI, like NPC merchant. Also, if you don't have a crafter, then research isn't a bad idea too. Good point. That is another great way to do it also. What I would suggest too is if you are on a new character, start with traits like Divines and Impen to research first before you start researching every trait. Those of you who may not know, the more traits you have researching, unfortunately, the longer it's going to take for you to then do future ones. So you want to try to get the good ones first, because say you've got the dumb traits that you're going to be stuck, you know, with those as your only options for a little while. What are you doing there, little doofus? You okay? Oh. Sorry, my cat's right here on her heated blanket, just looking at me. So that is how I would start. Did you finish the Galen challenge where you have to pet all the different animals? I did. I've actually 100%ed Galen, I believe. Let me go take a look. Actually, let me. I'll remember. I'll just have to remember. I'm like, I think I've done everything in Galen. The other thing I want to make sure I do is I had a bunch of leads from Galen that I feel like I've let expire. So I'm probably gonna hate myself for doing that. Thank you, Jake Clips. No problem. Oh my god, research took so long, that's why I only have one crafter. Yeah, and the good thing is you don't really need more than one crafter. Yep, the best of friends. I think we actually did this on stream. Yeah, because we got the Galen Grand Adventure, and then all that kind of like wrapped up in the same time frame. I believe we streamed that together. What else do we have going on? Oh, I wanted to check to see if I had any other leads that needed to be dug up, because... yeah, I've got stuff like this that I've just like completely neglected in my inventory. That's the thing is like sometimes you might get a lead and you just like let it expire, but you didn't realize how rare that lead is, and oh, I messed that up, until you need it in the future, and then it becomes a pain in the ass to get. So if you get a lead that seems like it, oh my gosh, we're right at it. It seems like it might be rare, like it's probably gold, or maybe you were doing something random and it gave it to you. I would consider doing it just to be safe, because you never know when you might need something. And the meta's always changed too, so like something might be garbage today, it might be good again, you know, in the future. So just keep that in mind. Is it really this far down? Where is... where is it? Oh, by the way, look what I got. Oh. I have the little bird that flies down, but I guess the bird doesn't fly down if you still have to mine the ore. It's a little bit disappointing, actually. Does it work on bugs? No, it doesn't. What the heck? I use my crown gems and I don't even get something that works on like the majority of things. I'm a little sad, actually. Does it only work when you pick up like plants and stuff? That's kind of sad. Ooh. Oh. There we go. I'm like, it's got to be in one of these. I hate doing these digs, if I'm being also completely honest. I always feel like I'm gonna mess it up. By the way, just to give you guys who are watching a little bit of 411, I actually think there might be a gold method where you intentionally fail a scry and you go for the bonus items. Because I have found that there's some really rare bonus loot items in some zones. Like some of them, I believe, even give like the ancient motifs. So stay tuned for that. I'm still experimenting with it, but there could be some really rare items inside of the excavation rewards that you just don't see very often. So I'm still testing it out, but for those of you who are joined in right now, just know that it's potentially a very viable method. How's it going, Woo? Good morning. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you also. We're going to overnight study. All right, you take all that and see if we get any other rare leads that I need to go pick up. I feel like I've let something expire. It would be very sad if I did. Well, I only had that one lead, and it kind of really leads me to believe I'm missing something. I'm sure it's fine. Oh, look, so there's a guy buying Galen treasure maps, 90k each. Oh, I hate digging up purple and gold leads. You get so much bound furniture and can't do anything with it. What I'm wondering too is like I've been getting some really interesting things. I'm wondering how profitable it is to intentionally fail. That's what I'm kind of wondering. Also, where is a plant for me to pick up? I'm trying to show off this thing that I wasted my crown gems for. Where are all the things? It's a badger. Oh, here we go. What? Alright, I guess it doesn't work on rune stones either. Alright, I'm guessing, yeah. Is it literally just plants? Is that it? Is that what I invested in? Like a neat little way to pick up plants? Alright. Be amazed. Oh! And just wham! Picks it up. Is this like a mini boss? Who is this? Why are you summoning a bear? I don't remember. Huh, must be part of a quest or something. They didn't give boss rewards, so that's garbage. By the way, this has sparked an idea in my head. Oh, we get to see it again. Here we go. Woo! The little bird picks it up. If you're like, man, Jake, I wish I knew where I could go to get the #1 amount of, stuff to put in potions. I need a bunch of plants. Hollow City and Cold Harbor, #1 place to go. I'm just amazed that they thought developing new harvest animations was worth adding in the crates. Well, what's crazy is that that's what a lot of people requested. So yeah, it's kind of what happened. Yo, live stream, nice. Great to have you, Michael. Hidden Boss, says Jennifer. Happy New Year's Eve, y'all, says Michael. Jennifer says there's three for an achievement. And then Lone Wolf says, I'm trying to run Imperial City Prison on repeat for a full leeching set. Been at it for a while now. It is unfortunately a bit annoying to get. But look at all these plants, though. This guy's harvesting them, so I'm not going to get in the way of his mojo, but you can have the Nern root. You can have it. So yeah, that's respect right there, though. They're like, oh, this guy's looking at it. He might want it. I appreciate that guy. Thank you for the follow, Ravenhawk DX. But yeah, this is the #1 place to go for any sort of re-ingredients that you might need for crafting. I mean, you can see that there's just tons of them. It will help if you have the perk. And there will be people here doing it, so generally you don't want to be doing it, like on weekends, but it's still pretty poppin', even with people picking them up right now. Definitely, and the nice thing too is the pool here, the things that you can get, is really the stuff that you're gonna want. Thank you for the follow. Lewis was here. Thanks for joining. I guess that you definitely were here. But yeah, just stay in the city and keep ripping and rolling around. You get a whole bunch of stuffs. Another way, by the way, that you can get leeching, by the way. So say I was like, yeah, I want to go to the Imperial City Prison. I'll show you a secret. Not really a secret, but an alternative for those who might not know, that you can use your key fragments and then you can buy a chest basically for the role. I've done that before when I needed a second ring for spell power cure. So this works for both the White Gold Tower and the Imperial City Prison. If you have 150 key fragments, you can open this and get a free chest roll, which is really neat because you don't have to do the dungeon. It basically gives you the equivalent of what could be like a final boss drop. You're the handsomest mother effer I've ever seen on here. I appreciate that. Not something I had expected to hear, but thank you. Fantastic. Stench. But that's what you could use your key fragments for. You could also go buy key fragments too. They're usually very well sold, pretty frequently on the market. I'll show you here what they're worth, since Might as well finish this tangent out fully. Which is also really nice because leeching, one of the best tanking sets, especially if you're in PvP. It's also a really good PvP set for tanking. And Spell Power Cure is also just a really nice set for buffing and healing. I'll show you the worth of them. I myself, I think, I still have a bunch of key fragments. So that's, you know, get a bunch of key fragments too that are worth like a decent chunk of gold. You don't just have to throw them in your a box and let them rot. See? You can buy a whole heaps of them. And when you think about it, like, you know, you're spending about, so you need 150, so you're spending about 25k gold, and you're essentially getting like a free chest drop. Like, that could be, you know, worth it to some people. Do you shave your armpits? Because I love a good shaved armpit, you know? You know, it's something only the OnlyFans subscribers get to find out, unfortunately. You'll have to check out my OnlyFans. Kidding. I wouldn't make an OnlyFans. I don't even want to make a Patreon, if I'm being completely honest. This is actually a really good deal. 115 for 200. Not currently in the market, but if you're on Xbox and A, this is a good deal for some key fragments. Spell Power Gear was my first set I collected for my main Skull Nord RP Warden Healer. It's a very amazing set. I'll show you guys here what it does. For those of you who are like, what is all the talk about this Spell Power Cure? I'll show you. Spell Power Cure. I'm like drawing a blank here. White Gold Tower. And you guys can't see it. But, this is my face in the way. Let me switch it around. There you go. When you overheal yourself for an ally, you give targets major courage for 5 seconds, which increases their weapon and spell damage by 430. So, it's a really great one. And it gives you max mag, and weapon and spell, which is also just really good too, because overall it's really nice stuff to have for like a PvP healer or for a normal PvE healer. Just a really nice buff to be able to give. And there's really no downtime, as you can see. So you're able to keep that buff going pretty quickly. And then you'll be able to see Imperial City Prison, leeching. When you deal damage, or when you take damage, you summon a cloud of leeching poison under the assailant. The cloud deals 802 poison damage and heals you, yada, yada, yada. So, really nice set. Really popular, obviously. LOL, OnlyFans for feet pics. Let people have Rift and known it's a revenue stream. You know, I don't always think, sometimes you don't need money that badly. Like, you know. Sometimes it's just not worth it. I love Leechy when I had a tank. I matched it with Turogs and Valandreth. Yeah, I think it's a really good set to combo with a lot of things too. Any other things that I can help assist with too? While we have 45 people on Twitch, the highest we've ever actually had on Twitch, I believe. So thank you to all of you guys on Twitch for your coofed comments. I don't even know how to describe some of your comments, but I appreciate them, even if they are a little crazy. I'm trying to also charge my phone here while being able to see the chat, so don't mind me just staring at the ground here. I'm trying to like figure out how I can have this going. Alright, well that's not quite working. Alright. We'll come back to that. Any tips for dealing with ball groups, says Aaron. Interesting question. So ball groups is basically in PvP where you have people who have a bunch of sets who all complement each other and either dealing a bunch of damage to people in bursts or have the ability to basically keep each other alive indefinitely and heal and revive each other very easily. The number one way to interrupt ball groups, by the way, is actually having your own group of people and having one person have this. Negate magic is probably one of the number one counters to ball groups or people who are just spamming to keep themselves alive. Negate magic, the ability to suppress your opponents, is just overpowered, especially for PvP. If you can get this combined with a bunch of other people you're working with, you'll be able to blow up like groups of people, especially if they're in a funneled area. Negate magic is one of the easiest ways to do it. You can also like bomb and do other things too, try to take people off guard and whatnot. Pulling them away can also be a viable strategy as well. So anything like that, though, I would say is usually pretty viable for dealing with a ball group. But it'll always kind of depend on what their goal is. It always depends. It also depends too, like where you are. Like, are you in like no proc Cyrodiil, no proc Imperial City? Because then usually their options are more limited, but your options are also a little bit more limited too. But thank you for the subscription, Beef Javelin. Thank you for saying I have powerful shoulders, or looks like I have powerful shoulders. I appreciate that. Now we're actually up to 51 people on Twitch. So we are just constantly breaking records of the highest amount of people I've ever had before, which feels very odd. Because we're not doing anything crazy right now besides answering questions. But maybe, that's all it takes. I am new to streaming, obviously. Well, I mean, not like new, but like I've streamed like 10 times in my life. And it's not like I'm like, good at it. So the fact that you guys are here, I appreciate it tremendously. Is that you guys have made this whole process very easy, very seamless. So like when I need advice for things, you guys are always, you guys always give great advice, or whatever I need, like suggestions for content, you guys are always there. Need the drops, if not, it's YouTube. Oh, I see what you mean. True, but it still helps us both ways, because, helps the Twitch algorithm, and it helps the YouTube algorithm, and then, honestly, there's really not a whole lot of reason to stream to YouTube. You don't really get, like, revenue. It actually kind of hurts you almost to stream, because now it suggests a stream to people as opposed to a normal video. So it's almost kind of like a bad thing when it comes to like the algorithm, because they don't really like pay you or anything to do it. They're kind of just like, yeah, just go ahead and live stream, a little lackey, but it's fun. Like that's the end of the deal. Like it's not about money or views or blah 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 too. It's about having fun and helping people, honestly. So that's why I'm glad that I could be here with you guys to assist in that. That's why I always enjoy answering questions as opposed to doing some sort of, random nonsense content, YouTube seems to prioritize live streams on dashboard, so I guess it helps with the clicks. Thank you for the Twitch follow, Beef Javelin. I feel like I've just seen your name. I only came out Twitch because of the drops first times, to be honest. Well, it's glad to have you here. So the problem, though, is that even though they prioritize it, there's really not a lot of good things that it does for your channel, unfortunately. I'm off. Have a good evening and happy New Year. Thank you. Yeah, switch from YouTube to Twitch, LOL. I have noticed that a lot of people do that to help get the Twitch drops, and it makes sense. That's, what you guys want. But it also helps, all around, too, but the whole streaming algorithm for... Oh, please don't. Crystal Frag is civilian. That's what I was about to do. Can't you block the stench on Twitch? That means not saying anything that crazy. My cat is switching positions in her sleep right now. I need to get the cat cam set up. She's usually like right here. If I like had my head like webcam just set up a little bit differently, you'd be able to see. But it is very adorable. Thank you for the follow, Words921. I also realized too that I should have a view counter going. Where the hell's my view counter? What the hell? Oh, there it is. Is it accurate? No, but it is there. Yes, I second the cat cam. It is very cute because she like does this thing where she like covers her face. You know, like how some cats like they'll just like do this. She does that. She will probably, however, jump on me at some point in the stream like she did yesterday when she gets bored and or wakes up. Oh. I think she might be waking up. Uh-oh. Well, trouble's brewing. Trouble's waking up. I've also been looking at music. Oh, hello, how are you doing today? How's it going, Fire Ronan? We're just, you know, getting things set up, practicing, you know, still new to the whole streaming game. So I was actually going to ask you guys about music. What music do you think would work well with streaming Elder Scrolls Online? Granted, we could stream something else. Like, I could be like, all right, boys, we're going to Call of Duty. But I think that I would suffer more than you would playing Call of Duty. Especially live, too. Oh my gosh, the thought of it hurts my brain. But I'm thinking what I could do is potentially some of like the Elder Scrolls music. Thanks for the follow, Fire Ronan 47. Some chill town Skyrim music. That's a good idea. The only thing I'm like deathly afraid of, and I don't know if anyone knows the answer to this, but how do you know if something is like DMCA, you know, worried? Had a 45-minute dungeon queue. What kind of dungeon were you trying to get into? Were you doing like a random queue or was it like any queue? I was looking at Elder Scrolls memes earlier. If that could actually Reddit memes. Hang on. Don't panic, everyone. Don't panic. Let's see if I can get this. ESO memes. I just loaded Apple Music somehow. Let's not listen to Apple Music. I just dropped my controller. I think when you're live stream, they're less concerned about it. It'll just mute your VODs. Potentially, I'm just scared, you know, because of what they would do. What's up, Jake? How's it going, Rocktown Sage? I was trapped in a vet DOM for days while I fished. That sounds like torture, truthfully. Oh, she's getting up and she's stretching. Oh, she's going back down. 47 minutes till 2023. Not for me, unfortunately, but wish you luck in your 2023s. I don't know why these Reddit memes are not loading. I'm just trying to look at some fun little memes with the boys here, and that is just ungodly slow. Like, come on now. Like Reddit. Like, can we load a little faster here, please? Oh, here we go. Hang on. We got it. We got memes. Woohoo! Ring of the Pale Order can't give you synergies. Ring of the Pale Order, DPS, healers. This is a joke because the healers that usually give you a some sort of buff, they can't give you nothing. I've experienced that butterfly before where you're just like, oh yeah, I need to go in and farm this thing. And then it doesn't happen because you just never get in. Any other race class combination? Another Breton Necromancer. I actually do not have a Breton Necromancer, so I might have to try this out. The Midger Mayhem Bomb. Molag Baldwin. Don't be doing me like that, bro. Here we go again. When you decide to slack off and play ESO, but the EU servers are down, so now you have to be more productive. I feel this. I used to play ESO while I was working. Normally, I would sit in the bear farm, which rip the bear farm, you know, and do their maintenances early in the morning. Is because most of us don't play early in the morning. What are the rest of the memes? This it? I'm a little sad. This is all that they have. Well, I only have 133 members. Damn. Well, let me go back here. Oh, ESO memes. I have to step by or step away for just 1 second. So give me like 2 seconds and I'll be back. Yeah, it's something for the cat here real quick before she causes terror. So give me 2 seconds and I'll be right back. And we're back. Sorry about that. I almost got the Masturbator achievement though. All that damn fishing. Yeah, that'll take a hot second. Rip Hondren's Caravan and Reaper's March. Yeah. Back when things used to be good and worth farming to sell. This used to be the bear farm and it used to be gorgeous. Oh, there's actually somebody farming the bear farm. There used to just be stacks of people here just waiting to like loot all the scraps off the bears. You'd have like somebody running and then everyone every so often would go and loot and then come back and stand here in the center. Oh, it was amazing. Those were the days. That's the closest we've ever been to world peace, is when the bear farm was at full operation. They invite me to a group. They did. Are they actually running it? Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve to you also. Wonder if, are they actually doing the bear farm? Is this the bear farm real again? Is it happening? It's real. Fellas, it's the bear farm. I don't know if anyone's actually doing it or what we're doing here, but this is exciting. I've not been in a group in the bear farm since 2020. It's almost 2023, hence the, New Year's thing, but, Although nobody's doing anything though, which is not a good sign. Thank you for the follow, Axel Leon and Rune Song. Thank you guys both for the follow. Welcome to the Twitch people, by the way, who are new. We are pushing new records for what I've achieved on Twitch before, which is very exciting, especially because like I also don't post my Twitch. I'm not one of those people who post like, "Hey guys, I'm live," you know, woohoo. You know, so it's always exciting to like actually see a lot of you guys just jump on without me begging on my hands and knees, because I would get on my hands and knees. Any good thoughts or any good farming spots besides bears? Are you looking for raw materials, Ronan, or what is specifically you looking for? Because this is one of the best places to get scraps, obviously, because you're skinning bears. You can also farm this without a group. It just used to be nice because you could do it 100% AFK. Not really so much anymore, unfortunately, because that requires other people to be there. But there are people here now. They're not really running it. They're just kind of meandering around. But yeah, that's the this is the bear farm. I'm just here, you know, reminiscing about the good old days. This is how I used to make a lot of my gold. I think probably the first 100k gold I made was probably right here. Raw materials used to be like the creme de la creme for like farming. It's just not as much anymore. It's kind of sad, sadly. I miss those days where farming the bear farm used to be just free gold. You know, you would just stand here all day, run in a circle after they would kill like 3 lines of them, and then boom, you're rich. It's not anymore, fortunately. Sad times. Oh, my cat's chirping at me. What's up? Anything you want me to tell the squad, Evie? Anything you want to tell the people? Anything you want them to know? You just enjoy the heated blanket? You just enjoy the heated blanket. Hey, free XP, you know? At least they're killing the bears. Oh, there we go. Now they're kind of running it. Okay, alright, okay, alright, okay. I'm bad. As soon as I get 10k gold, I spend it. Bogus Shot, thank you for the Twitch follow. See, you gotta... It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you spend. I know this because as someone who pays for a weekly guild trader, you can really go through a lot of money quickly. So you gotta really be careful. Thank you for the follow, Lumbian. Even though I know that you're from YouTube, I believe. I think, right? Lumbian, you're from YouTube, right? Or am I crazy? And if you're new, by the way, and you didn't answer this question earlier and you don't mind, can you let me know what region of the world you're from and then what console you play from? I'm always trying to get a good mental note throughout the different times of day, like who's where and plays on what. That way I know, like, oh, well, you know, if I want to capture the people in Australia, I should be between these hours. If I'm trying to get the people from England, I'm from, you know, these hours. Caribbean, PlayStation 4. That is probably the first person I've heard that from. Is it 840 yet? Neb PS5. I'm assuming that means Nebraska. Happy New Year's. I need to go now, but wish you all an amazing, peaceful 2023. New Hampshire, I believe, is NH. Gold or level farming? Does Fire Ronin? Yes. It says, is it 840 yet? Xbox, Rocktown Sage. Oh, yes, cat. You chirping? Yeah. I don't understand how like a cat can be like mid yawn and still chirp. Like, how do your vocal cords work like that? But for those of you who don't know, as you can see, the reason we came to the bear farm, you just loot these bears, and you profit. You just loot these bad boys. Now, granted, they're not doing the greatest of job, you know, but it's just a free way to get stuff. PCNA Florida. Are vampire builds not used currently as it is not that strong based on the skill outlook? So, Snake, that is an excellent question, and I might also switch to a vampire to answer that question for you. Hang on. Michigan, PlayStation 4 says Twisted. Welcome, Twisted. And I'm not logging out, I guess. Try this again. To answer your question, in some aspects, yes, but in other aspects, no. Not to give you a half answer. And then Xbox NA Arkansas. Who is a vampire? I believe you're a vampire. PCNA KS. KS. Kansas? KS. What else would start with a K? KS. Con. So the reason that vampirism is used or not used really boils down to, oh my gosh, I never even finished this character. Undeath. So Undeath is basically the only reason that people run vampires is for this perk right here. This is an amazing PvP perk that actually is Kansas. And then Xbox NA CA, which I believe is California. So Undeath basically helps you prevent yourself from being executed, which is very important for PvP. So you'll actually see a lot of vampires in PvP that you wouldn't think are vampires, but are vampires because they're hiding with a skin. Like this guy's wearing a skin. So you don't know that he's necessarily a vampire. But a lot of PvP players are vampires just for this. So they're stage 3. And then they have this. They don't use any of these other, skills. Some of them might use Mistform. Mistform can be a pretty great, get out of jail free card. Just let me just run away. Some type of content, where you're looting, questing. I think honestly, unnatural movement, questing or looting or chest running content, because you can essentially just sprint and then lose everything that's aggro to you will just not be aggro to you. So if you're trying to speed through anything, vampirism is the way to go. It'll save you tons of time because you could just sprint to a door, go through the door, everything will de-aggro, you go invisible, everything de-aggros, yada yada yada. Categories. One, Reese talked about it, which is the Undeath. And then the second one is, I would say, you can actually use your vampire as a Nightblade, Glass Cannon type build with invisibility, which can actually be a pretty good way to counter werewolves. Because you have other ways where you're faster in stealth. This one, when you leave stealth, you do have more damage. You're faster. So not only that, you can also, go into there easier if you're being hit. Thank you for the info. Just Snake, is you can have a vampire and a werewolf, because you could go to the armory and have a vampire one and a werewolf one. You can cure yourself and make yourself a vampire and not vampire, or werewolf and vampire, using the armory. You still live. I do, Maddie. I have lived it. Dragon Knight for PvP. That's what I'm trying to get the leeching set for. Very interesting. Lone Wolf. Why did you pick a Wood Elf for Dragon Knight, just out of curiosity? Nightblade for Vance, Stiggins plus Rallying Cry, plus all well-fitted conceal weapon. I forget, I actually also have, I wonder if my other guy, I think the guy that I have is a gank build is a vampire, but I'm not sure. I have a Nightblade healer. It's nice. I've never used a healer for Nightblades. I don't know anything about that. Not my forte as much, but it sounds interesting. So this is the this is actually an Oakensoul build that I made. I believe he's a werewolf. Let me double check. I do love the Stiggins set. The Stiggins set pairs really nice for sets that when you come out of stealth, you just tons of damage. Oh yeah, this guy's definitely a vampire, I believe. Is he a vampire? He is a vampire. But you can see though that he is more of a vampire. There's a person here, just so that he can come out in and out of stealth, and then he can use this is just a 1-bar build, but I don't even have any buff food. That's funny actually. But he basically uses the abilities to come in and out of stealth, you know, to his advantage. That's kind of what their whole shtick is. Thank you for stopping by the house, Lorena. I do like Rally and Cry though. I'm actually trying to get Rally and Cry, so I'm trying to make a Warhammer type class, like, no, well, not class I guess, but character. So I'm trying to like make this guy based off of like a Warhammer dude, and I thought, oh, it'd be perfect for him to wear like Rally and Cry. I'm trying to make him look like the Inquisitor. This hammer, by the way, also lights on fire when you wield it. What else was I doing? Oh, by the way, this is the guy that I have that looks like Zeus. You can't see him perfectly, but maybe those sandals don't fit. You just look around my face real quick. I'll duck down. Can you make a werewolf tank? Sure. I mean, when you say tank, I guess, do you mean like something that will taunt people, or like if you go to PvP, you're not going to get like one shot? LOL, I'm playing Inquisitor right now. Guess what I also have on my console? Inquisitor. I don't know why. If it looks like very like color distorted for you, I don't know why that is. I like the themed characters. Thank you. You see my other one? I have one that's based off of do you guys know who this is? If you guys have watched my videos before, you'll probably know who this is, but do you know who this is based off of? I have a few too that made a Reddit character. I love doing that. I think it's so fun to like make a themed character. Waiting for the goggles. Moon Knight? Yep, it is Moon Knight. This one's actually based off Ares from Smite. This one was just a character I used to get this outfit. This outfit's, by the way, is very dope. You can get this through a quest. Zeus, obviously. This guy didn't really have like a specific basis. I just wanted him to look neat. I think originally I made him look like Loki. And then I was like, I want him to look more aggressive, you know? Obviously, this is just my main character. This guy's a little goat in the background. Look at the little goat. Oh, don't zoom in on me. Hades is just meant to look like Hades. Western Templar is supposed to look like a Warhammer Inquisitor. Rico Kaboom was meant to be a bomber that's not quite done. Battalion Defender was named that when I originally was making a block tank. Green Goblin, by the way, I think this looks pretty close to Green Goblin. Need to fix the shoes still, but this is my Green Goblin character. I think this is pretty accurate, and he's got the little pumpkin on his back pocket. So I mean, like, come on now, like, tell me that's not the Green Goblin. Then I got Jedi Grandmaster, which is my attempt at making a Jedi, and then I have Poseidon, which, by the way, Hippios is actually Poseidon's actual second name, so that's where that comes from. If you're like, what in the hell is Hippos? That's what Hippos is. It's his last name. But I also need to make a new themed character, so if you guys have suggestions, by the way, I actually have a character slot. Did I play Sator? I did play Sator. Thank you for the follow, Sunless Winter. I think Sator was one of the best games that I've ever played as like a MMORPG. Like the storyline and in Sator was just gripping. Green Goblin or Scarecrow is what I thought. Hobgoblin also is one of the other characters, but I believe Hobgoblin is orange in the comic books. I came from Sator to ESO. That's actually the exact same progression that I made. I went from Sator to ESO. Ironically. But I still play Sator every so often. I think it's an amazing game. They didn't kick me from the group. Hey, my Deep Winter Writ sold for 2 gold. Made my profit. I'll leave this group here. Sorry, guys. Well, Isabelle is ready to put the hammer down on these bears. At least they're running the bear farm. You know, I think it's kind of cool that they're over here farming this. You can see, like, you know, we just got 9 hide scraps. I don't know how many rotations it took to get that, but you know, like you can get a lot of stuff here like pretty quick if people are running it. It's so rarely done. Ooh, by the way, for those of you who are watching right now and are like, ooh, Jake, like what type of videos are you working on right now? Another video that I'm like considering working on is like a top 5 hidden zones video. Do you guys think something like that would be pretty interesting? Because I think it'd be kind of cool to have like a, you know, like, did you guys know this was up here, you know? Prime says, I just sold 30 New Life writs today for 500 gold each just to get rid of them. I'm kind of in that same boat, honestly. Is Sator on console? Sadly not. I had played it on PC. Actually, I'm pretty sure I played it on my laptop because I've never really owned a PC. What do you guys think, though, about something like that, like a top 5 hidden zones? This is the only one I'm willing to show to you guys, though, because I don't want to ruin the video, obviously. And this is also my cop-out to say that I might not have 4 more yet. Actually, that's not true. I have at least 2 more, but both of them are just kind of the ones from the Mages and the Fighters Guild. So, like, that's a little bit of a cop-out. I think you can enter that one through the Fighters Guild. I'm trying to think how you get to the Earth Forge. I believe you just get to the Earth Forge through the Fighters Guild thing. Like, you get to the other hidden zone? Or do you have to do it through the... I'm going to go to the capital, because I think you have to go through the capital to get there. Is Skingrad in Cyrodiil a hidden zone? I can't believe Zoss doesn't have that in the game. I don't think it's there. So Jake Clips is 777 short of 2,000 subs for the new year. Go ahead to YouTube and clip subscribe. YouTube is my first MMO I played. It's I don't know if you even really consider a ESO like an MMO. It doesn't feel like it. What was I just looking for? Oh, hidden zones. Hang on. We are very close to 10,000 subs on YouTube. We are so close. But honestly, really, thank you to everyone on Twitch who keeps coming in and following. Twitch is very new, so the more peoples we get, you know, it really just helps stack. And my game is frozen, or it's not registering my input. So we are going to do this trick, by the way, where we just type reload UI. And I spelled reload UI wrong. There we go. Sorry about that. I think you go to the Fighters Guild. How do you enter the Earth Forge? Isn't it through the Fighters Guild? I mean, I know you go there in the main storyline, but is the entrance here? Or is the entrance to Cold Harbor here? Is this Cold Harbor? That is Cold Harbor. You sons of bitches. My phone just buzzed at me. Oh, God. Oh, I forgot that they had these little things that you could buy. I should actually put this up. This is kind of dope. So this is how I lose gold, right? Is I'll buy something like this and then have nowhere for it, and then it'll just go sit in a house and it's like 100k. That's how they get you. How do you get to the Earth Forge? Oh, is this a chest back here? Isabelle, don't look. Isabelle knows what's happening. She's like, he's walking over to a hidden chest. While we're waiting for these silly gooses to go away, I'm also gonna Google how do you enter the Earth Forge, because now I'm like, where is the Earth Forge? Ma, 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 ma. Oh. Oh, it's the Evermore one. Alright, we're definitely gonna get caught. Suck a dick, losers. We're out of here. Alright, so it should be this one. I think there's a crafting station here that you need. My cat's being silly again, sorry. What are you doing? Alright, I think it's this building. This is a very small building. Oh, never mind, it's got a whole other half quarter to it. Alright, where is the entrance? Thank you for the follow, a Mystical Moon 346. Where are you? Another advanced chest. Yeah, if you ever need to like loot lockboxes or anything, for any sort of quest or anything, always come to the Mages or Fighters Guild. Like if you're looking for a lead or something, go there. Wait, is this ever? Oh, I'm an idiot. This isn't. Oh, I'm a dum-dum. That's not Evermore. See, this is why I'm an idiot. Because I read the city name and I was like, Evermore is in Rivenspire. Evermore is not in Rivenspire. Evermore is in Bankrai. Not mad, just disappointed in myself. It's not this. Where is it? This is a tiny Fighters Guild. A tiny little building. But here it is, the Earth Forge. One of the rarest zones that you can go to. Are you playing on console or PC? This is console. This is actually an Xbox. My Xbox controller. Boom, here we are. I forget where this just says we're over here. I'm like, I guess, is this actually where the Earth Forge is? It's technically in the Reach area. Interesting. Oh, and you can use their way shrine. But now it's on fire. Can I like teleport here? Oh, can you actually teleport here too? Nice to meet you. I'm playing right now. I like to turn on streams when I play. I'm actually the same way when I play games, especially Stellaris. I wonder if these guys sell anything special. Probably not. No, looks like it's all the same gobbledygook. Ooh, wait. Nah, I'm pretty sure that's the same that they sell in all places. Just queue as a tanker or healer and you get your dungeons quicker. That is true. I would suggest though that you at least like if you're gonna, if you know, I've done it before where I'll be like, you know, I'm trying to do my daily dungeon, so I'll queue as a healer. You know, just make sure that you have the ability to heal. That'll be at the portal in these days. They removed the direct way shrine, but they had the way shrine there. I had to reactivate it. Will that not let me go back in? Here it is, the old Earth Forge in all its glory. Hot, 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 hot. Yes, I'm gonna do probably a top 5 hidden zones video, and I think this will be like one of the ones. I just think the Earth Forge is just dope. There's at least 7 zones that I can think of that are pretty hidden, so I might try to like stretch it out to make like a top 10 list or 2 top 5s. That's what I'll probably do. So I'm like, there's the way shrine right here. Let me TP out and see if it goes away. Just take the way shrine away from me after you leave, I guess, to be savage. Huh. I didn't know that they added a feature where you could just like directly go to like the guild master's house. That's kind of neat. Whew. Alright, my back is like breaking. Whoa. Yo, Jake Clips, meet me somewhere. Alright, I'm in Moon Sugar Meadow, Maddie. I guess I can go somewhere a little easier because you probably can't get here. Let's see where this takes me. Does this take me back? Nope, takes me to Northern Elsewhere. Was I in Northern Elsewhere? Oh no, it's because I'm leaving their house. Alright, Maddie, I'm here. Oh, did the thing go away? It did go away. Why did it put the way shrine there only to take it away from me? Savages. Nice, I just realized that watching a lot of your videos, you've always helped me understand ESO as a new player since October. Well, welcome to ESO. You're still very new. Glad to have you. And if you need any help, obviously, and you play on Xbox, you can always reach out to me, and I can see what I can do to help. That's where I'm at right now, LOL. Elsewhere, or were you at Moon Sugar Meadow? You can get Cool Howl space for 1 mil in Cold Harbor. It's like a free guild hall type house. I am currently Maddie. I can meet you over at this way shrine. Probably not anyone over here. Yes, Northern Elsewhere. Yeah, Northern Elsewhere is a great zone. You get the house after you do like the quests here. You get, you know, the ability to kill dragons. Cool storyline overall. You get a little sleepy cat next to you who's really enjoying her heated blanket. While you're running over here, Maddie, I will be back in 2 seconds. So I will. We're back. Sorry about that. one of you that just oh, you added me as a friend. Hang on, I'll add you back here before I forget. There you are. Oh, I am back now. Sorry about that, everyone. Thank you guys for those of you who waited for me. In 10 minutes, it's the new year, says Sin. Very exciting. I unfortunately have significantly longer to wait. 100,000 gold. Absolute bad lad. And thank you for the subscription, 03 Adrian. And a snowball, buddy. Actually, let me switch it so you guys can see. This is actually one of you guys. I did also want to start a program, by the way, where I would help give new players a bit of a startup, either gear or gold or some other items and things. I don't know exactly how to kind of get it off the ground and kind of get it to a point where people know if they are on Xbox, they can reach out to me and I can kind of help them. So if you guys have suggestions or ideas for that, please let me know. But thank you, by the way, Maddie. I'll definitely do what I can to put it onward. Very nice mount also. I also missed where Lone Wolf said I've loaded as a fake tank and everyone hated me. I'm pretty sure I may actually have. I don't know if I would have deleted it or not, but I had Inner Fire so that when I did queue as a tank for a normal random daily dungeon, I could get away with it and still actually taunt people. It was still a mistake, but it was at least I was tanking. Then you can actually kind of tank as a sorcerer. You know, you just shield, taunt, shield, taunt. So my gamer tag is not plural on Xbox. Rocktown and Adrian. It is just Jake Clips. Yeah, you can message me and I will join the guild if you want. Message me and we can do something. So yeah, if you want to, you can. I can't promise a whole lot of things. So I'm not doing really anything super crazy at the minute while we're streaming. But, you know, I can do what I can to help. Especially if you're new, I will do what I can to help get you off your feet. Please do not fake tank heal specifically on vet dungeons. A lot of fakes on vet lately. Yeah, I could definitely see that being a problem. Especially for veteran. Pretty much any, like, normal content could be completed on... I'm trying to think, is there any dungeons where, like, not having a healer who's, like, a dedicated healer could really inhibit you? You know, I don't know on normal. Fungal Grotto is okay to fake it. That's true. Like, if you're also doing, like, a box farm in Fungal Grotto, you would just run 4 DPS anyway. So, I mean, yeah, there are situations where you don't have to have... By the way, also, we have 58 people on Twitch right now. The highest we've ever had. So, thank you guys, all of that. And thank you for the Xbox ads. You're always welcome to reach out if you need anything. If you do, be sure to let them know that they can purchase crafting stations with RIT vouchers. I learned that the hard way, the new player initiative thing. Yeah, it's a very like hard learning curve when you get into ESO. Wingdog TV says, I believe that's what that is. I didn't actually know that. I came over to Twitch to be part of the record-breaking number. Thank you, Mabats. We're at 57. We were at 58. That was the highest number I believe that I've ever had, which is always nice because it, you know, helps keep everything going. Which, by the way, do you guys like this screen better, or do you like the one where I'm in the bottom right corner and then the chat, I just kind of read it out loud? Do you guys have a preference? Videos are great, says Seashell. Thank you. Thank you for watching them. Thank you for stopping by. Do you guys have a preference, I should say, for what do you guys like? Do you guys like it where the game's a little bit smaller, but things are a little bit over? You can my chest and box with Ritz Ulsos. Yeah, you can get those too, which is kind of neat. I'll show you guys, actually. We'll head over to the RIT voucher vendor. This view is cool, not blocking anything. The only thing I've heard people say about this view, though, is that it's harder to see the... harder to see on, what's the word I'm looking for? Mobile. It's harder to see everything on mobile. So I try to, shake it up a little bit every so often. Where am I going? I'm not even going the right way. Please don't follow me. I'm not even going the right way. Oh, thank you, by the way, 03 Adrian, for subscribing. I can't remember if I said that before I walked away for a second. How are we doing on Twitch? 57. We're holding strong. It's crazy to think that 57 people on Twitch are watching concurrently, because that's just... It's an insane number, honestly. Plus, I don't, you've only been streaming for 2.5 hours. I didn't post a stream anywhere. You guys just came in, joined, chit-chatted, asked questions. It's just been fun the whole time. So thank you. I really appreciate it. But what our boy Guided Hands is referring to is that this little rapscallion here, you can find this guy in any major capital. He's got a whole bunch of goodies to sell with RIT vouchers, including... these, which some people think are only in the Crown Store, and these items are phenomenal. Extra bag and have extra space is phenomenal. Even if all you have is like the starter houses, you could still slot these in there and easily be able to just pop in, drop items off, and have places. The 3 minutes till New Year's for Sin. Love your videos. You really got me started making coins in the Xbox market, which things are priced so differently from PC where I came. Glad I could be helpful. Aaron, B1980. I definitely agree. It is very different. Crafting stations and transmute stations is true. Let's keep the ball rolling here. You can also get some of the styles here, such as the glass one. At some point, I actually have to buy that one, as I do not yet have it. And you get your tunable stations, including the transmute station too, because this little silly goose over here also, she sells stuff too, so that's where you'll find your outfit stations, jewelries, and tunable jewelry stations as well. I am a little bit more hesitant to buy these purple plans, and but I do think that a lot of people do put their writs into some of these, but I personally know people who kind of have gotten sucked into buying those, and it's not worked out as great for them. How many views do we have in total? We have about either 79 or 80 between both. It doesn't fully update correctly on either of my screens. Is the pricing different between PC and Xbox? 1000%. The economy's different. How things are priced are different. Everything is different, unfortunately. But there are some pros to playing on Xbox, and there's some pros to playing on PlayStation. There's some pros to playing on PC. That's kind of just how everything is. It's the same for everything. I'll expand upon that here in just one second. Thanks for keeping me company when I'm homesick and the kiddos are with their dads. The silly goose appreciates it. Well, I'm glad I can accompany the silly goose. Stuff is usually 3 times more expensive on PC, says Lucky Arthur Dent. Here's the big difference, and this applies to PC, Xbox, EU, PlayStation, Xbox, or PlayStation, NA, EU. There's only a certain amount of total listings that you can have in a place like Mournhold or Vivek, right? Which means that there's usually a gap in the market, regardless of what you play on. But the gap will always be different. Always. The time of year, who's listing, who's playing, that will make the gap different. So the reason why I'm like hitting you over the head with this fact is for example, an amazing set for me that I could make a huge profit on. Everyone and their mom is listing it. Everyone now wants for some reason. So you can then list it and make a bunch of money. It'll always depend. And it'll always depend on the time of year, how many other traders there are. The reason that there's also such a big difference between PlayStation and like PC or just console and PC is because a lot of people don't have a lot of options for MMOs on console. Let's be realistic. So they come to ESO either from like the Xbox Game Pass or the PlayStation Store. So there's always usually an influx of newer players on the consoles so the markets then become very different because it's like a pyramid. You know, at the top you have your end game players and at the bottom you've got new players. But on PC it's almost flipped where everyone is pretty much an end game player and then there's not that many new players to kind of come in and fill that pyramid. I'm a years ahead of y'all. Happy New Year, Sin. I still have 6 hours left for the New Year's. All right, somebody pick a number 1 through 80. If you get the right number, Jake's thingy gets 25K in-game home if Jake's okay with it. Yeah, you're welcome to do any sort of listings or anything you want, or any sort of chat things you want, Maddie. Norma, question on the RIT vendor. Isn't there one that sells a good way to get furnishings? This is technically that. I just don't think it's very good. And now you have also a bunch of people on Twitch guessing numbers too, which you might not be able to see due to the chat log. So you got 69, 80, 65, 1, 69, and 77, and 51, and 81. I won't read out all the numbers for you, but I will try to call them out because they're going to fly through the chat box here. 72. So, like, for example, you can buy these to get furnishings. I don't know. For me, it just doesn't... It's a very risky investment because a lot... Like, for example, like, the Clockwork City has been out for a long, long time. So most people aren't going to really need a lot of the furnishing plans from the Clockwork City. So, you know, while there might be a high value to them because there's not that many listings and they might be rare, you're not going to make a lot of, you're not going to get a lot of money because you might not have a lot of sellers. I can see it just a little delayed for Twitch. Yeah, Twitch will be probably pretty delayed because you'll probably, unless you have Twitch chat up, you'll only see it in the chat below me, which sometimes is not fully accurate. Well, so I'm a little disappointed in this lemonade. It's only 11% lemon juice. It just doesn't have that lemon goodness to it. I'm meaning for purchase of oneself, not to resell. Because you have to remember, on one hand, you could buy these plans with gold. So would it be better if you have a lot of RITs to sell it and then buy the plans individually? Actually, you know what, Normal? I would say this could probably be the best way for you to do it, truthfully. If you're trying to just get them for yourself, yeah, I would go ahead and grab them. You might get duplicates, though. That would be the only downside, and then you kind of are stuck with it. But barring that, you're pretty good. How's it going, Viper1? Thank you for the follow. Indurate Slayer J. Am I in? Or is it Unfortunately, I'm very illiterate. I watched your gold making videos. It helped me. Thank you, Lion Harton. That was my main shtick when I came to the old YouTube, was to help people get money. What's up? You guys get the number yet, by the way? I feel like you guys have gone through all the numbers. Main way shrine at the top of Northern Elsewhere. So, who said 63? 63 was Texas Chainsaw 81. And I'm on PlayStation NA. Yeah, and like I said, for those of you who are joining us, as we now have more people joining us here, it's not necessarily about the difference between like Xbox and PlayStation. It's just about you looking at the time of year, like what's hot on your market. That's going to be what's more important for you gold wise than anything else. And I really thought that this was a person. Why are they crouched like this on one knee? That's so weird. Anywho, we march on. What else can I help answer for you guys? Thanks, Jake, for the insight and Happy New Year's. I'm still 8 hours and 55 minutes away. I am 5 hours and 54 minutes. Wait, what did I win? I'm playing ESO as I listen to you. So you won gold from Maddie, but you have to meet them if you're on Xbox NA at the Northern Elsewhere Shrine on a Blue Ghost Wolf. Oh, they're on PlayStation NA, Maddie. Happy 2023 from the EU. Happy 2023 to you as well. I'm also thinking, I think I have all of the New Life achievements. I'm just missing these Jester ones, sadly. I appreciate your dedication, though, Texas Chainsaw. Your activity in chat is much appreciated. This, by the way, if you are looking for a light for your house, this is the #1 light that will make you see into the future. This beacon right here is the brightest thing that you could ever need. I'm big into housing, obviously the truest endgame of ESO. So I am always looking for nice furnishing pieces. I appreciate it, the idea. So what you would need to do, by the way, if you want to get this Bad Mama Jamma for your house, is all you have to do is go and get you just have to pick up rune stones or portals in the Stormhaven zone. And once you have 3 like individual ones that you've gotten, then you can then go and just buy it. Or you can continue to grind it, which is what I had been doing, because 40k gold isn't like a crazy amount of gold, but I needed like 12 of these, so I was like, well, you know, I needed kudas, so I'll just run around and grab those things as I kind of go as well. So that's why I ended up with that. But I love that thing. And then you got your global achievement vendor too, which give you some of your global achievements. Like you got all the sky shards. You can have a sky shard for your little house, or like a little chest, or depleted sigil stone. These things were OP in Skyrim. I love these little things. Sup, Jake? How's it going, bro? How's it going, Spicy? It's my entry light. Reminds me where out is. Oh, where out is. I see what you're saying. I was like, where out? My brain was having a moment. I apologize. You see a lot of cool stuff in here, though. I mean, look at this. You wouldn't want to put this in your house? I like how there's just like a clump of flesh. Like they're just like, yeah, what should we give the people for completing some crazy achievements? Just give them a mountain of flesh that's all sewed up together. That's what the people want. And they were spot on. That's what we want. What we really love too is statues. That sky shard is effing bright. Oh, it is. The only thing I hate about the sky shard one though versus like the other thing is that the sky shard will go up indefinitely. Which means that, like, if you're like me and you have like a house with many layers and you have the sky shard at the bottom, the light will just poof through the whole house, regardless of how you try to set it up. So that is the main downside, but it's still a very cool item, admittedly. I'm wondering what you had to do to get to some of these, because each of these is tied to an achievement. That's why, for example, I don't have this one because I'm not a masturbator quite yet. I've only completed, I think, the Daggerfall Covenant. Well, what are you doing, Evie? What are you doing? You being silly? What are you doing? Sorry, my cat's being a doofus. 1 second. Yeah, the sky shard. Yeah, that sky shard is as bright as all hell. So like all these things are tied to an achievement. Like this is tied to an achievement. Don't know which one, but that's why I check them every so often just to see like is there anything that I need to go do. Help getting something cool. Set it on the chimney. Now you can put it up high too. I have it in my like little observatory room. I'll show it to you. Boop, boop, boop. Change my name again, and now I'm streaming on both platforms too. Thank you, my bats. Evie, what are you doing? You sitting up? You want to be pet? Is that what you want? That's what she wants. And keep petting you. Okay, I'll keep petting you. There you go. Lay back down. You're good. Isn't there a boat you can get from Western Skyrim? It is. I can show it to you. I actually have it in this house. Let me go to this one room first and I'll show you that boat. I believe that one is from daily quests. You get it randomly for doing daily quests in Blackwood, which by the way, still profitable. Frostbite set is still pretty penny. Shirley is waving. I haven't gotten the Masturbator achievement, a little too hands-on. It is very handsy, unfortunately. But yeah, look. For those of you who were talking about the sky shard being bright, it just right up the whole house. It just goes. But this is my little like library-esque room. You turn? Does that turn down? Does it still do that? Oh, it doesn't go up, I guess, when it's turned down. Oh, I guess it just needed a second to simmer down. I was like, wait a minute. But yeah, this is a little observatory book room deal. I have it in here. Well, since I had a hiccup, I'll do this way. The first person to invite me to a trade at Riften or the Rimmen Way Shrine in Northern Elsewhere gets 25k gold, Xbox NA. Sorry for forgetting to add the NA part. My bad, says Maddie. So if anyone would like 25k gold, all you have to do is find Maddie inside of the Rimmen Way Shrine in Northern Elsewhere. And I'll show you that boat, by the way. Can you sell a house you bought by mistake? Unfortunately, no, but what I would say is you can at least store items in it, like extra furnishings and stuff. If you did buy it like through like a glitch or something like that, you might be able to submit a ticket and ask the devs for forgiveness and be like, hey, didn't mean to buy this one, and they might, you know, give it back to you. The devs have been very helpful whenever I've asked or needed something, so you could try that. But this is that boat, by the way, that you get. Here's that boat and all its boat and glory. I actually really like this boat. I think it looks pretty dope. I mean, just look at this. That's an awesome house. Thank you, Jennifer. Oh, what are you doing, cat? You want more pets again? My goodness. Nice, says Rocktown. Nice to you also. What are you doing, you little cat? Just wants endless pets. At least I have satiated her lust to sit on my leg, because it makes it tricky when you have a cat that wants to sleep on you. How do I go about getting the Deadlands house? I don't know if you still can. I don't know if you still can, because I believe it was an event item. However, before you panic, what they've slowly started to do is bring old event ticket merchants to Craglorn. That one is not there. However, I suspect in the future you'll be able to use your event ticket to buy that house here. Because every house that every house that's ever been given, even if it was for free or for event tickets or whatever, has eventually made its way back into the game. And you're able to get the Indrakes from this little person here, so I suspect you'll be able to get it too from there at some point. Are people nice enough to get out a vampire bite in chat? Yeah, I would. If you're on Xbox and I could bite you right now if anyone needs a vampire bite. Awesome house indeed. Good on you, Jake. Thank you so much, Shirley. Hope that answers your question, Neilster, by the way. I suspect, even though you can't get it right now, you will be able to in the future. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Freaking goob. The biggest gooby cat here ever. What console do you play on, Snake? I feel like you told me earlier and I totally forgot. I apologize. But yeah, people are generally very nice and would be able to give you stuff like that. Are you on Xbox NA, Snake? What are you doing, Evie? What are you doing, cat? Plus, I mean, realistically, all I'm doing is chit-chatting and talking to you guys and petting my cat and trying to keep her from wanting to sit on me. Because then she'll slide off and get frustrated and annoyed at me, start yelling at me. Xbox NA, yeah, give you a vampire bite. I think one of my characters is even logged off there. I think meet me at the only one I even really know of where it's at is the one in Bankrai. If you can meet me in that one. I believe this guy was logged off there. No, he wasn't. Were you logged off at it? Bankrai. I think this guy was logged off at it. But yes, if you guys need a vampire bite, I probably have another one, I think, too. Probably even a werewolf one. Ah, he's not at the shrine. All right, I think it's over here somewhere. I know it's like this away. The characters new don't have all the way shrines unlocked. You can teleport to my character though. Oh, this is so slow. If you send me a whisper, I can send you a group invite too. Oh my gosh, this guy needs this guy needs some mount speed. Oh my gosh, he's just slow in general. Look at this. Is this not the mountain? Alright. I will figure it out. I know it's one of these mountains. Don't judge me. It's been a minute since I've bitten anyone. I know it's like one of these mountains in this like general vicinity. On Xbox, you mean, yeah, if you send a oh, that's that one right there. If you like type like /W and then type in Jake Clip without the S, you can whisper me and then I will be able to send you a game invite and then you can come over to the Way Shrine. Then I can grab you in. What was your guild's name? Brick Squad. If you want to come to Bankrai, I can link it in the zone chat. That's how I got most of the map unlocked, was going into guild and porting to everybody. That is probably actually the fastest way to get the map unlocked. I'm kind of trying to bite that one. Wonder what's going on here. Little vampire drama. Is it gonna happen? One of them's not a vampire because it keeps telling me to bite him. If you send me a message on actual Xbox too. I don't think this is you. No, it's not you. Were you the one that sent me an invite? That was an hour ago. I also missed that. I'm sorry, whoever sent that. Here's Spicy Ghost 13, which I feel like is a name we saw also earlier. Welcome, Spicy Ghost, to the Vampire Way Shrine. Lord only knows that I was. It's no S at the end, Snake. W Jake Clips, is that right? So it would be W Jake Clip because it's not plural. You can see my gamer tag is singular on Xbox, so it would just be with no S at the end. How's it going, Spice? Hey guys, are 40 minutes away from the new year. Here's the invite. Or here's the guild link if anyone's interested. In the Bankrai zone. What are you doing? Oh, the cat has decided that she's gonna sleep on my legs. Until I until I sit in a position that she finds comfortable. Oh, she went back to her heated blanket. 10 minutes till I leave the Ribbon Way Shrine and elsewhere to give away 25k gold on the Blue Ghost. That's Smoking Dabs XXX. If anyone wants to head over there, obviously you're also welcome to get the 25k gold. And if you click on the thingamabob, by the way, so if you are Adrian, if you click that button, like if you hit X on it, it'll take you to the recruitment page and you can apply and I can let you in. Hi Jake, love your videos. Thank you, Adrian. Making my way, says Snake. Glad we've had this little powwow. And there you go. I don't know why it's doing this weird camera angle of it, but there you are. I don't know how close this guy was to becoming a bomber. Got a long way to go, I think. 61 people on Twitch, by the way. Thank you guys so much. I've been invited to another group. Well, here, let me switch to my actual character, because this guy is not even leveled up. Sorry, my cat is trying to make sure I give her enough attention to where she doesn't demand to be part of the stream. I remember one time I used to do guild events that were like really fun, where like we would do hide and seek or we would do like knockoff. I don't know if you guys have ever played like knockoff before, but basically the goal is like you build like a structure that's like really high up in a house, right? And the only goal is to knock off the other person before they knock you off. It is hilariously fun. That's the only goal. And like as soon as and you're on like a very tight like little platforms each. It was super fun. I might actually recreate that platform. What would you think if ZOS added a melee bar that acts like a magic bar but for melee skills and made it so that stand bar went down when you went to use core combat skills like roll, sprint, block, etc.? I don't know. I feel like it would make stamina a little bit too overpowered. Yes, sir, relive. It's 5 p.m. and I am just betting up. I'm assuming you mean getting up, but you know, maybe you're betting on something today. Interested in some of the Saturday games. We're using the traditional UI. I'm also very happy that our chat box is working because it doesn't always want to work. And I'm also back in Bankrupt again, everyone. So thank you for those who do that. TMI. It says Sin. Sin doesn't care that you got up at 5 p.m. Evie, what are you doing? I'm back in Bankrupt, by the way. I forget what we were doing, if we were doing anything specific here, but I actually think knockoff could be kind of fun. Like we could do it with the viewers that play on Xbox, because platforms like high up, we could actually do it even in the house with the lot. You're purring at me, you silly goose. You're so silly. You're so silly. I would just teleport to the wrong house. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm having a brain conniption. My brain don't work too good. So like we could actually do it and like the Doomchar Plateau. Would you guys be interested if I did something like that? Live stream like a little like viewer game where like all of us could come and try to knock each other off of these platforms? Like if I built a platform over some lava. What, Evie? What are you doing? What are you doing? What's up? Oh, going on a walkabout. Ignore all the furniture. But like we could like do like a little something something like over the lava, you know? You know what I mean? I'd also like to join. So, do you you play on Xbox? I can't remember which console you played on. And even if you're on like EU, you could always make like, oh, I just threw myself into the lava. Huh? Oh, I thought I could click the button fast enough and save myself. Well, that would be the gist of it, is you try to get people to do that. PlayStation EU. Damn. Happy New Year, says Queen. Welcome, Queen. Obstacle courses are fun, or hide and seek. I did do a parkour course one time. And what's nice about parkour is you don't have to be like high level. Because in theory, if you're trying to like knock somebody over, it could be helpful to like be a little bit high, because you're gonna need skills that knock back. This could be like a good little area. I'm trying to think where I would do it at. I could also do like an obstacle course, because I made one previously. This a little. Hey, look, the house even comes with some little chains. Look at that. This is why you know, work on these things. You get free chains. I'm thinking about something like that though, just because it'd be fun. Giddy up, says Neilster. I'm on my way. How was that skeleton dragon achievement or able to get? How was that skeletal dragon achievement? Which skeletal dragon achievement are you talking about, Norma? You talking about the one that gives you like the memento? I also think, do these guys fight every so often? I feel like they do. You guys gonna fight? No? You guys only do that in the background? I also wonder like how far out can you build, you know? Like, hang on. Oh, I'm almost capped. Oh, damn it. I have to like pick up stuff to put it back down again. But I'm like, I wonder how far out we could go with this, you know? This is such a beautiful zone, which sounds so ironic because I'm literally just sitting inside of like basically a volcano. But isn't it cool, you know? Like, I mean, like, look at this bad boy. Like, look at this little guy. That's actually not Maroon's Dagon, by the way. Some people seem to think that that's him. That's technically not him. It looks kind of like him, but Maroon's Dagon is much bigger and more menacing. I'm wondering if that's like one of his sons, maybe, or what they consider like these guys here. Wish you could have like a health bar or something so you could like see like what exactly the game is like considering them. It's like almost looks like Maroon's Dagon is like a teenager. Although I don't think Daedric Prince's age. Oh shit, I'm in lava. Our sugar skulls wore off. Thank you for the follow, Lazarus. Hopefully you guys are getting yourself some Twitch drops. Aw, snap. What I think I might do is build a what would you guys think? Obstacle course, knockoff course, or hide and seek? What would you guys think would be if you guys are playing like a what would you call it? Like just like a viewer game. Like what would you guys prefer to either watch and or play depending on what you could participate in? That's hot, says Hostile Respite. I'm on PCNA. We'll give out Vamp and Werewolf Bites if needed also. Thank you. How do you get the skill line I see people do when they close fists in front of them and open their hands while pointing their fingers downward? It gives them more speed. Oh, hang on. I think I know what you're talking about. Can I add you an Xbox? Of course. It is one of these. Rapid maneuvers. It's an assault. This is the one that you're talking about. Hide and seek, says Prim. We really can't bump into each other, so knockoff won't work. Well, Jennifer, so what you do is you have two people up there, and then they duel each other, and then the goal is one of them knocks the other one off. Blue light. This might be blue. What's your gamer tag? It is just this without the S. So the actual, it's just Jake Clip with no S. There you go. Adrian figured it out. I could always set us up to do multiple things too, like hide and seek and knock off. And then we could just see who we could get and then kind of go from there. Oh, that sounds fun, says Jennifer. See, now you're picking up what I'm putting down. Because then it's like it becomes like a duel, like you try to knock off. The only thing that kind of sucks is like an obstacle course doesn't necessarily require you to have like any levels or anything, but if you were knocking somebody off, you would want to at least have, you know, some skills. Thank you. Oh, no problem, Adrian. Time to go. Happy New Year's, everyone. Happy New Year's to you also. What's your gamer tag? Oh, I said that right. Yeah, you just added me. Sorry, my brain is like we're having a minute, all right? We're having a moment. Oh, my cat is meowing at me. Uh-oh. Yes, Evie? She's in her drill sergeant mode. What's up, Evie? You want to come talk to the people? You want to talk to your friends? You want to talk to your fans? I remember one of my most liked videos was when I said, for every like this gets, Evie will get one pet, and for every subscription, she'll get one neck scratch. And that was one of my most liked videos. Oh, she's going back to laying down on her heated blanket. You like your heated blanket? Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to you also, a hostile respite. So that's what I'm thinking though, is I will start building those courses. And we'll kind of go from there. Thank you. Maybe we could do some dailies one day. Yeah, I do. I don't do a whole lot of dailies currently, just because I don't have a lot of inventory space. A lot of my day is me just trying to lower the amount of things that I have, like almost like a flea market. Like I'm almost to the point where I'm like gonna take all my furnitures to one house and then just have like a yard sale, and then like have everything in like different plotted areas. Like everything over here on the left is 1,000. Everything over here on the right is 500 or 5K. Everything over on the right is 10,000. Using the fur baby is unfair. Well, she always interjects herself, regardless. Yesterday on stream, she was just not having it. She was like, I don't want anyone to have his attention, so you guys need to wrap this up. So I'm trying to quell her need for attention. Is it EV, EV, or EEV? It's actually none of those. It's actually EVIE. But good guess. Evie, what are you doing? Eevee the Pokemon is a little bit too brown. This cat is like straight black. I went to Betnik one day, my first time there, and there was a huge auction. The auctioneer was fast and everything. LOL, it was cool. So there actually are a lot of times that they do auctions in Betnik. I've never seen this location before in game. Where is it? It is actually just a house, a Doomchart Plateau. It's right here. It's actually in Oblivion. You can see I'm chilling with my boy Maroon's Dagon and his son Tim. Jake, do you have a puppy dog too? I do not currently. My parents had a dog, but I don't live with my parents. I want to see the ESO version of a yard sale. They're actually way more common than you would think. And yes, that's how it's spelled, Sen. I will see. I wonder if there actually is like something crazy going on in like Betnik. Let's take a little peekies. Batnik. Although, probably not. I don't know if they would do it here. We're getting slammed with snow right now. So beautiful outside. Anytime anyone mentions anything about snow, I get so nervous that it's like secretly snowing outside too, and I've just been oblivious to the weather conditions. So I hope it's not snowing here secretly in Pennsylvania. Where is... So usually they do them up here, but I think because there's so many people up here, they probably wouldn't do it in this zone right now because of the quest. But usually, yeah, people will chill up here. Sometimes people will do them in like Kind's Roost too. If you're interested in like auctions and stuff though, what I would suggest is there's like bans and discords for like different people to be able to get together and do that stuff. 23 minutes UK, and it'll be New Year's. The only thing I'm gonna hate is I always hate the New Year's because I always have to like remember to date everything in 2023. They just arrested the Idaho College murderer up in PA yesterday. Well, that's not what I expected. But woo, shout out to PA. I'm just kidding. Does Dagon pay rent? Seems like this is the kind of roommate that you let eat your food from the fridge. Pretty sure Dagon's the type of roommate to destroy your house every so often. He doesn't seem like a very cool roommate to have, honestly. What do you think, Evie? Do you want Maroon's Dagon? She won't want Maroon's Dagon. Too many arms. Wouldn't want to have to deal with that. PA is Pennsylvania sin. Every state has like 2 letters abbreviations for them. Some make sense, some don't. I'm trying to think of a good example of one that makes not sense. I can't think of it though, but there are a lot of states that I'm like, that's the one that you went with? I'm like, wasn't there a better option? But, you know, unfortunately, not always. Do you guys like this screen better? Is this like the screen that you want me to use when I'm streaming majority of time versus like the other live scene one? Is this a new preference? But there is a band page too. It's called like ESO auctions, I believe, for NA that you're able to do and get all of your stuff for. BB just finished all of the zones. Don't know what to do now. So, well, BB, what I would suggest is like, what do you want to, get into? Love it, says Shirley. So, for example, my goal right now is actually to 100% complete all of the sticker books. So that's kind of what I'm passively working on. But everyone's got something. Boston, Massachusetts. You trying to say Massachusetts? I can't spell it either. I like both, says Queen. I like this one because you guys can see the chats on each other. Focus on PvP or a new character. It's another good option for you to do. It was such a good example that Prime Statement messed up my scroll cursor somehow. I wonder why they only went with 2 letters and maybe not 3. PA might be like PNS, but then people might joke and think it means something else. So working on trials now. There you go. Oh wow, you finished all the zones. That's how old I am, LMAO. Well, my goal is to, so I've done every zone side quest, every zone main story quest. You can kind of see, like, I've done all of them. I was in that same, like, let me go do all the things type things, too. So it's like, once you do that, like, you gotta find what you're gonna get into. I think BB, if you're trying to get into trials, like, go out and get some good PvE gear. There's some great sets that you can get, like Pillar of Nirn, super easy to get. Even Besai, it's like Besai is such an easy trial to get into too. It's another really good set that you could have, especially if you're running a Magicka character. But honestly, just do what you want. That's kind of how I play ESO. I get some flack for it sometimes, but At the end of the day, play how you want. That's how the game's meant to be played, you know? That's how old I am, says Sin. Sin, you're not that old. Don't lie to all the people watching. My cat has decided to go back asleep, so we've stalled her for a little longer. Makes a solo build and challenge yourself with soloing vet trials or arenas. I would definitely suggest arenas because trials to solo on vet. I'm trying to think if there's really any trials that you could do. Not trials, I level dungeons. Okay, better. But at the end, I think arenas are more so meant to be soloed. So that's where I think there'd be more reason to farm those versus farming trials is kind of, well, I'm sorry, not trials, dungeons. It's like you could still get friends. Like there's no bonus. Like in Destiny, for example, you get bonus titles, achievements if you do solo a dungeon, their equivalent. But here you don't get anything. Do you have any New Year's Eve's plans? So you guys are my New Year's Eve plans. I did go out earlier, and part of the things that I was doing was trying to get some new things, new setups, new UIs and stuff. I am still trying to find a Twitch bot and set up like ambient music, but I've not been successful in that so far. But we're working on it. This game is perfect for me. I will play this game until I get all achievements. I play like 4 to 5 games with them, play them for a long time. I'm the same way too, where it's kind of like you don't want to do, and that's why I don't, force myself to do stuff I don't want to do or play content I don't want to do, because it's like, you don't have to. Like you should just do these tasks and achievements and things that you want to do. If you want to do like stuff like I do, where it's like, I'm gonna spend the whole day decorating my house, go do that, man. There's no like pressure to go out and do all these things. Like, if you want something, go get it. That's how I was with the Emperor title. Like I wanted it and I grinded for it for the whole weekend, and then afterwards I was like, whew, I'm now just gonna sit around and do fuck all for a little while. It is nice though once you've like achieved the things that you want to achieve, but don't forget too, there are some achievements that give you more things than others. I also forgot to highlight, what achievement is this? Oh, it's the new life. Just picking 5 more achievement rewards because, is it this one? It's the Dragon Guard one. Is that its own named one? Dragonhold. Where is that daily quest completer one? Where is it? This son of a gun actually is one of the best achievements that you can have for money making, and they don't tell you that you need to have it so if you want to get Dragon Realm, which is one of the most profitable things you can do in the game, you need this achievement, but they don't really tell you that. So and I made a video about 5 really amazing achievement rewards, and I should have highlighted this. I think I will make a part 2 just because of this. So how do you maximize AP gains for Emperor? So there's a couple things you want to do. One, I would suggest be grouped up with people. It'll help you see combat, get in combat, heal people, get credit for kills by helping out. That's very helpful. The other thing too is make sure you have repair kits, because anytime there's the ability to repair something, walls, doors, etc., you want to be the one to repair it, because that's going to give you AP. You also want to make sure that every so often you're going out and you're picking up the Delve buff from somewhere. Now, what that is every time you kill a Delve boss in Cyrodiil for 1 hour, you get a 15% AP gain, which means that anything that you're doing is going to give you 15% more AP. Very helpful, obviously, too. And as a side note, too, ID to Colovium War Torch just helps you level up your skill lines a little bit faster, gets you more skill points. It's not going to give you more AP towards your Emperor, but I think it's still really worth doing. I also think it's definitely easier to do it in the campaigns that are non-proc, because then you don't have to compete against people who are bombing. And unfortunately, bombing is probably the easiest way to rack up AP, so... And it's also the easiest way for people to be boosted. So, sadly. You can try Endeavors. A3 Adrian is right. If you're looking for things to do, Endeavors is a great thing to do it with. I'll show you guys that here in 1 second. And Southern Elsewhere, that is the quest, the area that we were talking about. And Brittany is now on YouTube as Mystical Moon from Twitch. We saw earlier in the stream. Good to have you. 13 minutes and counting in the UK. Is the UK all in one time zone? Is that how they are? And then we will journal, and then we can see our daily endeavors. You see the stuff that we had to do that I haven't done yet. Happy New Year's from Australia. Thank you, Majestic Sauce. Welcome. You can see that these rewards are a little bit buns. These rewards are a little bit buns too, but UK is GMT +0. I always thought that they had like 2 time zones. Is Ireland in a different time zone? Same time zone, but different galaxies. Is the almost 1 hour New Year? Yeah, they're almost there. We're just over here in the past like losers, apparently. Ireland is the same time zone as the UK. I guess that makes sense. They're really not that far apart. I'm just like making up all this stuff in my head where I'm like, psh, yeah, they're like, it's all different, you know? Really, like, England is probably the size of like Rhode Island in America. Don't know how much longer I'm going to stream for because I still have to make dinner here and I have to feed my cat when she wakes up. So is there any other things or stuff that I can help you guys with? Tomorrow will definitely be a video. We're off all of next week, so I don't know if it's... God, we could do a stream and a video every day, like a 1 hour, 2 hour stream, and then a video, or we could do like a very long stream one day and then a video the next, or, you know, some sort of something. But I wanted your guys' take on what you guys thought would be the best, you know, way to handle this time period, because I got a whole week to do nothing but make content for you, which is not a situation I've really ever had before, so... How to make a bow PvE Templar. I don't know if I can help. No problem, Shirley. Thank you so much for stopping by and being here during the stream. Any idea when they might do the reveal? I would say probably halfway through January, maybe second week of January would be my guess. I suspect I know what it is. I may or may not have information as to what it is. That would kill them. Every video every day, please, 93 Horror Show says. I can definitely help with that. The question that I would have for you then, the 93 Horror Show, is when to restream. Do you guys like shorter streams, like once per day? Would you guys like a long stream every other day? Does it not matter a whole lot? Should I try to vary the times, you know, so that way we can get more people? What are your thoughts? 11 minutes, Ireland, Scotland, and England. Wouldn't it be 9 minutes now? Stream yourself making the video. When is the next double XP event? Double XP event's going on right now on 93. After this, I'm not entirely sure. Probably the Jesters event. I think you should have timetables. Did you think it cut off? I could definitely do something like that too. Try to create like a stream calendar. The problem that I've run into is like when I work, unfortunately, my job is so chaotic that I'll be like, oh yeah, I will go out and make a video on this day, and then somebody will do something stupid, and then here, we'll be in a bad situation. Mute? Question mark? Am I muted? I don't think I'm muted. There should be audio. Stream yourself making the video though. That would be something. I don't think I'm muted. I should be making noise. I hope. What kind of work do you do? Says Mystical Moon. So I work for Child Protective Services. So, for example, if there's child abuse occurring, I will go investigate it. If child abuse did indeed occur and a child is removed, then there's court, criminal investigations, all these other things that then go along with that, emergency placements, drug tests, half a dozen other different things that can occur. So, oh, nice. My mom does that. She's a supervisor now in Florida. Nice. It's a very rewarding, very difficult though if you're trying to make a streaming/video creation calendar. It'd be like, as last week I was like 2 days I'm gonna stream this day and then do something this day, and then oh my gosh, about 3 crazy things happened that prevented me from being able to do those things, because then I had 2 emergency court hearings and a whole bunch of headassery occurred. That's a good job, Shirley. Thank you. It's definitely rewarding. It also keeps me very grounded, Like I try to keep myself based in reality where I'm, not, letting my heads get up to the clouds. I'm not like, ooh, look at all these Twitch followers. I'm basically, a god. I'm basically I'm kind of a big deal, It tells you who you are, a good dude. I appreciate that, Shirley. My cat thinks I'm good too. I got my cat while working at CPS, for those of you who don't know. I'll probably make a second YouTube channel just to post that video, because the video is so wild, I have a sneaking suspicion that it will get the things that I talk about, because once you become, like once YouTube is kind of like, he's posting some things that, maybe he shouldn't be, then they, will manually review all your videos, and then it becomes a whole thing. So that's where I try to stay in their good graces. That job will take it out of you emotionally. I mean, it kind of does, but in a way too, Potato, it also gives you the ability to work and help people too. So it's frustrating on a lot of aspects, but it gives you a lot to be able to work and work for also. Thank you for what you do. There are so many kids out there that go through the scariest things. I agreed. Thankfully, a lot of times it's not scary, it's just stupid. The world is not as scary as it is stupid, if I can give you any sort of wisdom. It's not that, there are evil people, obviously, but there's a lot more idiots than there are evil people. There's a lot more dum-dums than there are scary people. So I deal with a lot more people who make me want to bash my brains out than I do with people who I'm like, scared of or anything like that. To take any solace in that. It's also easier to help, people who are just inept, help teach them, work with them, than it is to help people who are like truly evil. I've seen people who are truly evil and done things that you would say are objectively horrific, and it'd probably be covered on the news if it wasn't. Most of the information was hidden because they're juveniles. It probably will be released eventually. One of them even involved the FBI. It was crazy, but majority of the time it's just people who make dumb decisions, and you just do what you can to help them, and then hopefully they make better positive decisions going forward. I deal with a lot of like very, very impulsive people who will be like, I'm moving across the country with $4 to your name, and then they go and they get stuck somewhere. Like, that's the type of stuff I deal with too. It's not always, what you would imagine it to be. Although, to be honest, it always is very different. I find in this area that you can't carry protection of any kind. My mom worked a case where a husband and dad was stalking and threatening to kill her. It was awful and very scary. Some states you can, some states you can't. It depends a lot. In our state, you're allowed to have like protection in your car, but you can't bring it into people's houses with you. But you can always take the police in with you if you would need. In our state, at least. Some other states, you can have guns. Some states you don't have guns. Some states you can make arrests through the criminal court. Some states you go through the dependency/civil court process. Every state's different, probably for good reason, depending on what the needs of each individual state is and whatnot. Not to get all high horse CPS on you guys, because I know this is a very weird topic to cover at 7 p.m. at night. But it's very rewarding though. Like, once you take someone and really help stabilize. Nobody's ever swung at me, I had a parent spit at me, but that was about the closest they've ever come. And they weren't even my parent. It was actually just a caseworker I was assisting. They spit at me, which made me upset because I'm like, I'm not your worker. Like, they're the one that's like doing all this stuff. I'm just here. Like, I'm just the help, Like, that's your worker right there, not me. Spit at them. That was true when she worked and they wouldn't let her carry pepper spray or anything. Yeah, it is a little bit ridiculous that they kind of do that, but usually you kind of know what you're getting into because, you read like the history of the family. Do they have a criminal record? Do they have like past history with the agency? You can always talk to the kid at school. You can talk to providers before you go hand, So like you can try to get. This has become a very weird tangent, a very CPS-oriented tangent that I didn't think we would be going down. Hopefully it's good, though. Hopefully you guys enjoy the tangent. 1 minute UK, Ireland, Scotland till the New Year's. Ooh. Sorry, like leaning forward like this, like really, like kills my back. But then I can't like sit like this. Oh, you guys can see my feet. That's probably a little too scandalous for Twitch and YouTube. I slowly accrue back pain throughout the stream. The things I do for you guys, obviously. Don't look at you. It's about how I feel. But before I head out here, we'll wait. Now it's the New Year's in England, UK, and everyone. Happy New Year to the GMT people. It's been fun. I've definitely enjoyed, hanging out with you guys and stopping over to everyone on Twitch, to everyone on YouTube. It's been a blast. I thank all of you guys for coming, especially because we have hit new highs on Twitch that I have never hit before. So to hit those high marks is just absolutely crazy. Being over 60 active viewers is definitely a huge milestone for us, and I am just so happy and so proud of like the community and everything we've been able to accomplish. So I just want to appreciate all of you guys for a moment. Thank you for the follow, Grumpy Moose Gaming. Thanks for following the old Twitch chat Twitch squad. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna head out here though so I can finish my Pilates stretches, and if you guys have suggestions, comments, ideas, things that you want to put them in the comments below. I'm gonna tweak the setup a little bit. I also think that the background of this makes it sometimes a little bit patchy, so I'm gonna keep working on the UI and stuff and keep working towards helping and see what I can do. Excellent stream again, homie. Enjoy the New Year's festivals. Hit me up on Discord tomorrow, please. Just remind me if I don't remember. Best kept secret on Twitch and YouTube. Thank you for the stream. Happy New Year, says Corrupt Snake. Guided Hands. I'm glad you are doing well and having fun. A better new year for all. I'm kind of curious what Jack says is the best kept secret on Twitch and YouTube. What's the best kept secret? Do I need to know this secret? Should I be worried that I don't know the secret? I'm a little worried now. Give him a minute. I'm so nervous. I'm like, what do I not know? Happy New Year. I appreciate that, everyone. Thank you guys again. I will leave with a smile as I feel a little bit silly for not picking up on that.